Bum, bada-bum. We're live officially. Vicky,
Wow.
I just said, "Oh, I wish Vicky or Beautifully or somebody was here." Look, it's been as soon as I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit live, and then Vicky started doing the banana dance.
Yeah. Hello, Vicky, or Beautifully, or somebody. In this case, it is Vicky. And
Yeah,
welcome to the Deaf Stream, which I heard has been changed to the live stream.
the live scream death stream. Yeah,
The live stream, Death Stream. I like it.
yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about. The different ways that the state
I
can change.
mean, some of these might surprise people.
Sorry about the dog.
I
He's
mean,
second and serving. He is police dog in former life.
you better
Tonight,
watch out, or you're gonna be the death penalty dog in a minute.
no,
I
he's
said
not.
death penalty. Death.
Oh yeah, he administers. You're
Yeah.
right.
I'm like be a
That'd be
deaf
funny if that was the
deaf
puppy.
headphones user. I thought it was the puppy for a second, and then I was like, wait, that's way too deep.
That's a
Like,
lot.
that must be sketch, like, finally feeling it. I mean,
All right. So we're
hello,
gonna.
Vicky T. By the way, I don't
You did.
remember if I said hi. Okay,
You
well,
did. We're a minute and a half in. We doing real good.
yeah, I mean,
It's a short-term
f
memory thing. It's what it is.
forever, ever.
Um. So we're gonna talk about death penalty tonight. Do you, before we get started, do you believe in? I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Believe in the death penalty?
I mean, I tend to be a lot less moral high ground and a lot more pragmatic when it comes to the killing of humans. There are people in the camp that say that all humanity is sacred, and then there are people like me that say, well, let's just kill them all and let God sort them out. So to say, are you pro the death penalty? Yes. However, that being said, the state is the one who administers the death penalty, and I'm very anti the state. So this is kind of a paradoxical question you're asking me here. Hi,
Okay.
beautifully.
Well, the way that we hi beautifully. Good to see you. Thank you for showing up.
I do believe that there are certain things that people do that rather than put you in a cage for the rest of your natural existence, I think it would be more expedient to take you out back and shoot you. So yes,
Expedient, obviously.
I support the death penalty on the grounds of like and anyone will tell you this because of the procedural shit with death penalty cases that it is more expensive to execute somebody than it is to imprison them for life. I don't think that should be the case. Like, bullets is cheap. But appeals and shit like that, that's all expensive to the state and to the
Hold
taxpayer.
on. So if I got the death penalty today
Hmm. Yep.
and I didn't, like, appeal it, whatever, I'm gonna get the death penalty. How
Oh,
long
I
do
mean, if you
people
don't
sit on your
appeal it, but
yeah,
death penalties are always automatic appeals.
they are? They have
Always.
to? Hmm.
I like put yourself in a lawyer's position. Your client just got the death penalty. Are you not gonna try to like? I mean, your client's gonna die if you don't do something.
But what
And
happens if
maybe
they don't contest it? They're like, "I did it.
I
I
don't
got
think
the death
I've
penalty. Let's go. I don't care."
I think
But
that would be something interesting to look into because I don't know of a single case where the death penalty, and I don't live in a death penalty state, so it's not something I'm super familiar with. But I can't imagine like, oh, you was convicted and you got the death penalty, and you're not appealing on every single piece of grounds that you
um,
possibly can. Just
I
I
think
don't see
your
it.
state is yours, but I'm just saying, like, your lawyer doesn't have a choice, right? If you don't want to,
Hmm.
he doesn't get to.
Oh no, yeah, he doesn't get to appeal on your behalf without your consent. No.
Okay.
But like, I just,
So the
I'd
question is
like to know if that's
actually
ever happened.
question I was actually asking was, how long does it take for them to kill you if you don't
Uh,
contest it?
I think the average, and I will pull a Nova and say, don't quote me, because I think the
No, no,
average
no.
is, it's,
My
it's,
co-host is 100% or nothing. You better own
it's,
this or don't say it.
it's usually, I don't think it's any less than 15 years usually.
Wait, whoa. If I do uncontested, mark me, I'm fine with it. 15 years, I still gotta sit in jail.
I mean, you gotta wait. Yeah, 18
Fuck.
years ish.
Why? What are we waiting for?
I, a lot of things, I think.
I mean, name one.
Well, they don't really want to get it wrong because they can't undo it once they've carried it out. So, like, maybe they're just waiting for the real killer to come along and exonerate you and get you off of death
That's
row.
fucked. See, that's why it
So,
shouldn't exist, probably because we kill a lot of people who maybe
I
didn't.
mean, the only reason I don't think the death penalty should exist is because the state's in charge and they're incompetent to do any fucking thing.
Exactly. But here's the thing, without us knowing that there would be capital punishment, we would do lynch mobs. So it's like, we're gonna like, we believe in the death penalty for certain things. I just
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
100%.
I think
I mean,
that
we do
it's more
war.
like okay, the question I think becomes what things are okay. That's fucked up because then innocent people still get, like, harangued in this, but still,
Yeah.
what things are okay, and then which ways are actually not fucked. Like, I think the electric chair is the worst thing ever. I'd be
Hmm.
so oh my god. It'll keep me from doing crime if that's the penalty.
Well, I don't think they use it anymore, but it's still on the books. You can still get the chair in, I think, 6 states or something like that.
You can still get it, like, if their medicine is out for, like,
I think you can
lethal
request it. I think you
What?
can request it.
Let's look, there's a website for this, right? How do we find
Yeah.
it?
I found it on my phone with a quick Google search.
Gay prove it, I mean.
Hold on, let me go back to my phone.
There's a rule, a lot. Hey, Cool Frog made it. Good to see ya. Um, maybe it'll tell me here if I was reading this to just scrolling. Capital punishment suspended in 72. Capital.
Oh yeah, SupremeCourt.gov. Methods of execution. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up and forward it to you.
Yeah.
To you
Put the link
Twitch.
in private chat here. Can you do that?
No, I can put
Okay,
it in Twitch.
I have my X is open. Boop.
Okay. Well, I don't know because
Um.
it's a PDF.
Ooh, fancy.
Menu.
So
Send.
the question I think remains to the Supreme Court and to every state, is the death penalty in the certain ways we do it, hanging, we don't do that anymore, but guillotine, whatever the way, burning,
The
stoning. We'll talk about all the
the
different ways we've done it through history, but is
yeah
that a cruel and unusual punishment? And I think like as we develop, it becomes like, oh, that was bad, that was bad. Now this is best. And it was like electric chair was best, and now we're lethal injection is best, right?
yeah.
Because we have a whole ass um, Eighth Amendment that says that they can't fucking do cruel and unusual shit to us.
I don't believe that the death penalty. I believe the Supreme Court has actually ruled that it doesn't fall into the realm of cruel and unusual punishment.
Mhm.
It
You're
seems
right.
fairly standard on both usual and pretty humane versus some things that we could be doing to punish people. Like we don't do torture anymore.
Yeah, but, like, comparing ourselves to Jack the Ripper, we're gonna look pretty fucking good. But how about comparing us to, like, not killing people? Or not
I mean,
hurting people in their death? That's the thing. Like, there have been people we'll read about it.
here's my question: like to do to end up on death row, you have to be very clearly convicted of something, not just criminal but atrocious. Like it's got to be a significant atrocity to merit the death penalty in almost all cases. Like they don't just go seeking the death penalty for no reason. I got a really good feeling on the like maybe you deserved it and maybe you deserve to hurt a little bit when you die. Just a personal opinion. That's not like a legal argument or nothing, but like
Yeah, no.
if you don't got the death penalty, maybe we should bring back stoning.
I mean, I got stoned right before this.
Yeah, me too.
No,
Only
no,
that's
no.
not painful. I mean the other kind of stoning with the
For
stones.
our audience, it might be. You ever watch Green Mile when they didn't wet the sponge and the guy, "Forget the Green Mile.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me show
that
you."
actually happened in real life. Like, and it's happened. Well, sometimes like the when they do the sponge, they won't wet it enough, and it'll still fry. Hmm.
Okay, I didn't get a link from you or a PDF.
Oh shit! I'm still trying to send this thing, but I don't know how to send because it is a PDF. I
Is there
don't know how
just
to.
a link to the website you found it at? You could put it right here in private chat.
Yeah, I can do that for
That would
sure.
be easier. But in the meantime, I have this PDF or this website up. It's from 2005, Cornell Journal of Law. This is I don't know who Timothy Kearns is, but this is a essay that he did. It's freaking so okay. First of all, chat. Obviously, this is a death stream. We're gonna be talking about different ways that people died,
Yep.
and if I can find pictures, I'll definitely show them to you. So that I know that a lot of people are gonna find that fucked up, and they're not gonna want to watch this, and that's fine. I get it,
Hmm.
but like it's called death stream. It's about the ways that the state can kill you. If you don't expect to see that, then you crazy. That's what you're here for. So I'm not going to every time I go to show something, if I can help it. I mean, I'm probably just not even going to say like warning because the warning is now
Yeah.
that called death
This
stream.
is your trigger warning.
Yeah,
If
there's
you're
a lot of
sensitive,
shit. I didn't find any like
or
I
you have
didn't
small
find anyone
kids.
getting beheaded. I didn't even look for that shit. But there are images of people like about to die or dead. There are descriptive words like about how they died and what that sounds like and was like for people who were there. And it's not nice. But it's true. Shit happens. And if like, you know, if at this point you're like, I'm gonna look away, well, then you're somebody who doesn't want the death penalty. Remember that when you vote. Remember that
Yep.
yeah, remember that when you vote, because a lot of this stuff will keep coming up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's like, we're not looking at it, we're not looking at it until they find a conservative Supreme Court. And they're like, okay, we're gonna look at this. And they're like, oh yeah, that's fucked up. We're not doing that anymore. And so
Yeah.
that's why, you know, that's why it matters.
Because the the left is very pro-death. They're not just pro-death penalty. They pro-death. Period. Full stop.
That might be true. Hold on a second. Come in, tiny dog. Welcome to the show. Now shut the hell up. Okay. So did watch Green Mile? Yeah. Okay. That led me to wanting to talk about this. Now, this thing that I'm about to show you is 35 pages, but we're not going to read the whole thing.
Hmm.
I went through already and read most of this and highlighted what I thought was
Right.
interesting. Okay. Do you want me to read it?
I
Yep.
mean,
I'm gonna.
that's why we're
The
here.
The electric chair poses questions because of those Eighth Amendment protections that constitutionally bar the infliction of cruel and unusual punishment. In asserting whether a punishment is cruel and unusual, the Supreme Court has taken a number of methods asserting whether a sentence is grossly disproportionate to the offense, whether a punishment is per se cruel and unusual, or in death penalty cases, whether the method of executing the death sentence is cruel and unusual. This last category, which is termed method of execution analysis, has largely languished at the Supreme Court level with no cases directly engaging in method of execution. So usually on Thursday night, my son's not home. Tonight he is home. That was just an unfortunate turn of events. So not only is the dog going to piss me off, what's up? Launcher, Launcher. Launcher. It is a lot. Laun. You'll see it. I don't know what he's doing, but he's going to launch some shit. So sorry about that. He's usually not here on Thursday nights. Oops. Okay, so this says the last category, which is termed method of execution analysis, has largely languished at the Supreme Court level with no cases directly engaging in method of execution in the analysis in 115 years. This was written 18 years ago, so it probably changed a little bit since then. As a result of the court's 115-year refusal to hear method of execution cases, there's little or no illustrative precedent to facilitate meaningful understanding of what constitutes cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, using Nebraska's electric chair as a point of departure, this note assesses the potentiality of an important shift in Eighth Amendment jurisprudence, a return to method of jurisdiction analysis. These are the different parts in this thing. We're not going to read all of the parts, but these are what they would we'll touch on each of the different parts, but part 1 summarizes the Supreme Court's treatment of the electric chair from the first electrocution case, which is the Kemmler we'll read about. Part 2 discusses subsequent case law from the lower courts. We'll touch on a little bit of that. 3 demonstrates the evolving standard of decency that marked the progress of maturing society. So that's kind of what we've already even said all that stuff sort of in our talking about it in the last 15 minutes. So it makes sense that this is how it's progressed through the legal
Yeah.
system. And then the note, this note, which is what we're reading, concludes the thoughts on what the abolition of death by electrocution could mean to method of execution analysis and the death penalty in general. All right, so we're going to start with part 1, which is electrocution cases. The first electrocution case in the United States is this. William Kemmler was an illiterate vegetable peddler whose murder of his lover, Matilda Ziegler, made him the guiding force behind the majority of American executions for nearly 90 years.
Oh,
It was
wow.
August 6, 1890 in New York when Kemmler became a historical footnote as the first American executed by electrocution. The effect of his case on the American legal system lingers to this day. The path of Kemmler appears strikingly familiar to those who have followed the development of death penalty precedent. The Court of Appeals of New York rejected Kemmler's claim that electrocution was cruel and unusual and affected a deprivation of life without due process of law, affirming the lower courts and denying his petition for a writ of habeas corpus. The decision might have been motivated in part by celebrities eager to test a miracle of modern science on an available felon.
Ooh.
Fucked, right?
That is kind of a fuck justification right there. That is not why you should be doing anything.
Kemmler
If you want to test it on a watermelon or something.
tested on your dog. Kimmler
Yeah.
petitioned the Supreme Court for a writ of error, arguing that death by electrocution constituted cruel and unusual punishment in violation of the Eighth Amendment and the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. Chief Justice Fuller delivered the court's opinion that a state's determination that the punishment of electrocution was not cruel and unusual was not available for Supreme Court review. Basically, they're like, it's up to the state. The state said it's fine. That's how it goes. The court embraced the findings of the New York Supreme Court that the evidence was, quote, clearly in favor of the conclusion that it is within easy reach of electrical science at this day to so generate and apply a current of electricity of such known and sufficient force as certainly to produce instantaneous and therefore painless death.
That's
Heads to fucking doubt.
turns out that's not how that works.
Thus, Kemmler's date with the electric chair would not be obstructed by the Constitution. The lack of skepticism by the Supreme Court is alarming, given the New York Supreme Court's further declaration that, quote, it detracts nothing from the force of the evidence in favor of this conclusion that we do not know the nature of electricity, nor how it is transmitted in currents, nor how it operates to destroy the life of animals and men exposed to its force, end quote.
Correct.
Look, they're like, but also instantaneous and painless, probably.
Yeah,
Bitch,
maybe.
put it on your dog.
Yeah, no, try
Furthermore,
it on yourself. Like you want to put
well,
this
like,
on
you
other
don't usually
people.
put yourself to sleep, but people put animals to sleep, like, when they get too
Right.
old. If you think that's fine, then do this to your dog.
Yeah.
Furthermore, the New York Court of Appeals has demonstrated its own flagrant disregard for even the most cursory review of prisoners' rights by determining that neither expert nor lay witness testimony could be introduced to counter the legislative determination that the electric chair was painless. Nonetheless,
Yeah.
given
Nobody
this
tried it, so nobody knows.
well, they wouldn't even well, that's the thing, once they started seeing it, we'll
Right,
hear,
yeah.
they're like, "Mm,
But
it's
they still
fine."
used it for a lot. Yeah, they still used it for a lot of years, even
Well,
after
like
they
they said here,
watched.
90 years, I think it
Yeah.
was the precedent to which they were
Well,
like, "That's fine."
we haven't used the electric chair since the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Like the
That's not
last
long
electrocution.
ago.
Yeah, it's still like 50 fucking years ago, dude. For real.
I don't is it already 50 years ago? Okay.
Yeah, 70s to the 2000s
Yeah.
is 30 years, and then tack another 23 on top of that. You're looking at
What?
50 fucking years.
Hi, yeah, that's still not that long ago. For
It's really not. But
nonetheless, given that this was a Supreme Court adjudicating prior to the period of the incorporation of the Eighth Amendment against the against the states, a more searching inquiry was unlikely. Moreover, because there had been no previous executions by electrocution in the world, the factual findings seemed perfectly reasonable. Soon enough, however, that certainty would perish with Kimmler in a cloud of sparks and smoke. Okay, this is the first man who's getting executed. After he's arguing like this doesn't fucking seem right. Listen what happens to him. The Kemmler execution. It was a little over 2 months after the Supreme Court's decision before Kemmler actually faced the electric chair. Okay, 2 months. That's not bad. At 6:32 a.m., which fucking sucks. Imagine you got to wake up to do this. No, kill me at night. When would you want to die?
Noon.
What?
Noon.
Why?
Because I don't want anybody to be enjoying their lunch when they put me on the lightning.
That's hilarious. I was thinking of myself. You were thinking of everyone else. Good for you.
I mean,
Myself isn't gonna matter right as soon as it happens. You're like, fuck
wait,
y'all, look what this.
you're gone. What's the last thing you can do? Fuck everyone else's lunch up. That's what I can do. Do me right at 11:30 so that nobody gets to eat today.
Make it bloody.
Oh.
Hey, Cat Ninja, cheers. We got to smoke. We've got a warning from a cat. It is time to do smoking.
I was actually looking this up, and I'm gonna have to retract my statement.
Say more.
As of 2021, electrocution remains a selectable method of execution in states such as Alabama and Florida, where inmates may opt for lethal injection instead. So you can still choose the chair today.
That's what I'm saying. I knew that.
Yeah, not done.
But I'm okay.
No, the last time they gave someone the chair in the Philippines was the 1970s.
You were close.
Exact. Yeah, it was the Philippines. It was not in America. You can still get the chair here.
They're not cruel and unusual in the Philippines.
Yeah, the most recent
to do, y'all.
The most recent was Lee Hall, who was executed in December of 2019 for killing his former girlfriend Tracy by dousing her in gasoline and lighting her ablaze. That's the kind of shit that gets you the chair.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah. No. Give him the chair. Give him what he gave them. That's what I think.
I mean, I'm down with that too, but we apparently think that's a bit too far. So he
How
opted.
could that ever considered cruel and unusual if you literally did it to somebody like right before you're getting
right? I mean, I don't. I'm
doesn't
all
seem
for
unusual at all. You have set a precedent that we do this as people.
I'm all for the code of Hammurabi. Yeah.
What?
I said I am all for the code of Hammurabi.
I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, this was in Tennessee, and nationally the electric chair has been a method of the past. No other state besides these two Tennessee cases have used it since 2013, and that was Florida.
Don't fuck around in Tennessee or Florida.
Yeah,
okay, let's get into Kimmler's execution.
Okay.
This is the first execution by electric chair in the United States. And he's arguing that it's cruel and unusual
before they do it, yeah.
And this is what happens to him. Well, it was 6 in the morning. What time was it? 6:30 in the morning. God, what a shitty night's sleep. Just let me go all day. Let it be. I think like
I'm pretty sure if I knew the date, I wouldn't be able to sleep for like a week leading up to that. Like, really? Damn, I'm gonna ride the lightning. Why would I want to sleep now? I'm gonna be doing a lot of sleep.
Oh my God, that's
about a
true.
week. Like,
I wouldn't sleep.
I won't be able to wake up again. I might as well just like.
I would request my last meal a week ahead of time, and I need it to be crack. What keeps you awake?
Yeah, meth and crack.
Caffeine, please.
Yeah. Can I get meth, crack, and caffeine, please?
I got a lot of shit to say. I've only got 7 days to say it.
I got a memoir to write in a week.
Okay,
I'm gonna finish my memoir off with this whole death penalty shit is bullshit.
What the fuck? Sadly, every method could be called cruel and unusual. There is somewhere the inmates will kill someone to get on death row for a private TV and gym time.
Yep.
I think every method is probably cruel and unusual, I do agree, but, death row is nice? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, compared to general population in a standard prison, yeah, it's the amenities are a little more comfortable,
Mhm.
mostly because you don't have the giant population
Hey, Madcore,
that
good to see
that you
you.
have in general population, because you're very isolated when you're on death row. It's a whole wing unto itself, and it's pretty much solitary confinement forever, forever,
Yeah,
ever.
that sucks too, but
Yeah, so
just
well,
you and Jesus,
for the
you
rest
got
of
some
your
more
ever
people
anyway.
to find.
Yeah, a private room, yeah, if you're there for life, I
But
mean,
they don't.
you are there for life because if you're on death row, like, you get to leave right after they put you through your execution. You're there for the rest of your life. You don't get to get out.
That's fair. Okay, let's read about it. Hey, Madcore, good to see you. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
you get a private room, a private TV, and you are
Mhm.
there for life. Well,
And if
okay, I
you are
mean,
there for life, I mean,
that's probably why they appeal.
yeah, so
Madcore Mofo.
I
Right.
mean, it's being on death row in a state prison is a lot like being in a federal prison. The amenities is just a little bit nicer than your normal prison life, which is
Okay.
still better than county jail, if you ask me. But
Are you ready for this at all? Are you
yeah,
stalling because you're so sad about what happened to Kemmler and how it set a precedent to kill other folks?
I mean, we haven't even juiced this guy yet. Let's go.
Let's listen. Okay. It was 6 in the morning, by the by. August
Hmm.
6th, and I forgot the year already, but I think it was 1890. Does that sound
Mm,
right?
1899, I think, was the first year they used the chair. It might be 90.
August 6th, 1890. That doesn't
1890.
well, then they went through all this court shit, so we could be in 99 by now, but I think it was still 90. And look, in this footnote right here, it says, among others, Thomas Edison urged the use of electricity for the Can I zoom in on this? I'm sorry, guys. I could have done that a minute ago. Urged the use of electricity for the execution, particularly AC, the alternating current, for his rival George Westinghouse's alternative current to promote his own direct current. So that was one of the celebrities, I'm sure, that
Hmm.
was in the mood for this to be effective.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's William Kemmler was led into the execution chamber clad in a three-piece suit, set to be the first human to die in the electric chair. He was strapped into the chair, introduced to the spectators at the execution, and masked. A switch was thrown in an adjacent room, creating a noise audible in the execution chamber. The first execution by electrocution had begun. Upon the first administration of current, Cumler's fingers appeared to grab the chair, and the nail of his right index finger cut through his palm. After 17 seconds, the current, now 2,000 volts, was stopped. Witnesses celebrated Kemmler's apparent death. One exclaimed, there is the culmination of 10 years' work and study. We live in a higher civilization from this day. So the first person to say something was like, boom.
Yes. We're
Uh,
awesome. Look at how good we kill.
Look at our experiment. I know. A doctor's examination, however, revealed that the cut on Kemmler's hand was still dripping blood, indicating that he was still alive, and the order was given to turn the current on again. Froth came from Kemmler's mouth while the voltage in the generator slowly increased, and witnesses heard Kemmler emitting a heavy sound as though he were struggling to breathe. Many witnesses turned away from the ghastly sight. One fled the room, and another lay on the floor. Kemmler's living body waited 2 minutes for the volts to be administered again. At last, the application of current resumed. This last time between 70 seconds and 4.5 minutes, varying by witness accounts. Smoke rose from Kemmler's body as it sizzled, resulting from a loosened electrode on his head, now burning from sparks. The current was turned off again, and the state of New York had successfully killed William Kemmler in 8 minutes. Although the doctors agreed there was not even an iota of pain, spectators debated the source of the sounds, and autopsy concluded 3 hours after they conducted 3 hours after the electrocution, revealed that Kemmler's brain was 97 degrees Fahrenheit and had been partially burned. Burns were also observed along the base of his spine. The horrors accompanying Kemmler's execution did nothing to dampen the fervor for electrocution in the United States. By 1915, 12 states had adopted electrocution as a method of execution. In Malloy v. South Carolina, the next Supreme Court case to engage with electrocution, the court considered Joe Malloy's challenge to the chair and the method of his execution as an ex post facto law. Convicted in 1910 of murder, Malloy's sentence was originally execution by hanging, but 2 years later, South Carolina adopted execution for all capital crimes. In dicta, the court took judicial notice of well-known facts to support the belief that electrocution was more humane than hanging, while referring mere sentences later to electrocutioner's humane nature as a well-grounded belief. Without examining Kemmler's questionable factual underpinnings, the court held that the change did not constitute an ex post facto law. 32 more years would pass before the courts would even give a tangible consideration to electrocution in the case of a failed electrocution in Louisiana. Hold on. How do you feel about what happened to Kemmler?
I mean, I'm kind of with Vicky. That is kind of horrific. Like, I don't know how doctors like that took an oath and shit can be like, oh yeah, that was definitely painless. Like, disregard the fact that he bit his tongue off trying to scream because his entire body seized. Because
you had to zap him 3 times. What happened to instantaneous?
Have you ever tried one of those
pain-free?
like those electrode ab belts that you put on and it like puts electrode like
machine?
yeah. Have you ever been hit with a taser before?
No. Goddamn.
Have you ever got by an outlet before? Yes,
I
have
don't know, but I touched
actually.
a horse fence on accident when I was trying to get to a horse.
I have actually experienced all of these things, and they none of them are pain free. None of them.
I mean, but death is like, that's the thing. Lethal injection it seems like the way to go.
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of with you on the firing squad.
Wait, well, yeah, firing squad. Do they do that? We got to find out any states that do
Yeah.
that. Let's keep with the electric chair. We're going to be done with this in a minute
We're gonna
because we are on page 9, but I didn't highlight everything. I promise.
Yeah.
So 32 years later. Okay, we're talking about somebody else. Somewhere in Louisiana. Once in the electric chair, convicted murderer Willie Francis. Hold on. See how his name is Francis with an I?
Yeah.
If that were his first name, Francis as a first name, do you know how to differentiate between if that's a female or a male?
No.
So Francis is a male with an I and a female if it has an E. And E is for eggs, and women have eggs. And that's how I remember that. And you're never going to need that.
I would imagine that if it has an E, it's got 2 S's as well. Princess.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Once in electric chair, murderer Willie Francis received an administration of current that was insufficient to kill him. Oh my God, this one's so fucked. Louisiana thus sought a second death warrant that would allow them to attempt a second execution of Francis.
Hell the fuck ass no. I'm just gonna be like, no. Y'all motherfuckers sentenced me to death. You did the death. You fucking failed. I get to leave now.
Exactly. I'll be like, I immediately died like you guys said I would, and then Jesus brought me back. Fuck out of here. I don't get 2 death sentences.
No. You tried to do the dead to me. You didn't get me deaded. That's your fault. You fucked that up. I get to go.
No. Fuck that argument. You did get me deaded, and then I was resurrected from Jesus. Deal with that in
from Jesus instantaneously.
Yeah,
just like the instantaneous death.
Real fast because he, is improper what you done.
Yeah.
And upholding the grant of a second warrant, the court mentioned, quote, as nothing has been brought to our attention to suggest the contrary, we must and do assure that the state officials carried out their duties under the death warrant in a careful and humane manner.
You failed. What do you mean, careful and humane manner?
The dissent approached the case deliberately, explaining that Louisiana statute only authorized electrocution in a form that avoided suffering and allowed for only one administration of current. Strikingly, just as Burton noted in Kemmler, of course, that's the first one.
Right.
This court stressed the fact that the electric current was to cause instantaneous death. It was the resulting instantaneous and painless death that was referred to as humane. The dissenters read the death penalty statute literally and condemned the attempt to seek a second warrant because of the failed execution.
Agreed. I'm with them. Like,
yeah.
You promised me an instantaneous, painless death. you not only didn't deliver instantaneous, you didn't deliver painless, you didn't even deliver death. Fuck
Yeah.
out of here. You don't get to do that to somebody again. Like, you done it to them, you didn't get the job done. You don't get to keep doing it till you
Hey.
fucking, like, oh, we fucked it up the first time. Like, let us kill him again. No,
Yeah.
he gets to go home.
Well, listen, Willie Francis was strapped into the chair a second time just under 4 months later after the Supreme Court denied his appeal. His second execution was
I,
successful.
I'd
They
like
gave
to
him
know what kind
2
of,
fucking death sentences.
I want to know what kind of condition he was in when they strapped him into that chair the second time. Like, was he
It wasn't
still,
bad or they would have told us, I think.
I, I, I mean, I can't imagine, like, you get 2,000 volts jammed through you the first time and you walk away from that shit like, oh, I'm fine.
He just
No,
every
you're
once in a while,
not.
he just
Yeah, you're not. You're not just a little twitchy either. I mean, I imagine he has to be really fucked up at this point. Like,
well, 4 months, I mean, obviously not because they didn't look, I didn't
uh,
highlight anything for several pa okay, but, the state courts.
your 2,000 volts ain't enough. You need to go with like 50,000 volts.
Thank
Then I might
you,
think
right?
instantaneous is like
Yes, like,
what you
turn that shit
got.
all the way up.
Let
Hey,
that be, let that bitch be a lightning strike.
yeah. Exactly. That's an act of God, right?
Uh-huh.
If the insurance is act of God, that's the way you should be killing folks.
Yep.
Okay, since Kemmler, 4,342 men and women have been executed via electrocution by 26 states and the District of Columbia.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Each
DC had the death penalty.
I know, right? You don't even how. Each state has developed its own systemic response to Eighth Amendment claims, but the ultimate response by states has clearly favored alternate methods of execution.
Hmm.
In 2021, the first judicial breakthrough occurred when the Georgia Supreme Court handed down a 5-4 decision prohibiting electrocution as cruel and unusual punishment under the Georgia Constitution. There you go,
I
Georgia.
mean, out of all the
We'll do a
ways that are legal on the books that you can be executed in this country, I'm gonna say electrocution is the most sus of the lot. But there's another one that's up there.
Why you know what I think? They should put you in for the whole time you're on death row, you should be in a gas chamber, that should be your room, it should be just decorated, look like a regular room, and then the night you're
We
gonna get
just turn it
executed
on.
yeah, you just go to sleep, you don't even know which day it is. That's a good idea, and then you're grateful for every day, and you never even know what happened. Now that feels real. That feels humane.
that that seems sociopathic, but okay.
Oh, shit, I might have a problem. My
I mean,
bad.
I mean, I might be able to agree with, but there are even some people on death row that still have people that love them, and even if they're on death row, like you want your shot to say goodbye when you know your loved one is about to kick it. Like if he was at the hospital, you would want to say goodbye, and if he was at the prison about to ride the lightning, you would want to say goodbye. So I don't think that's fair to people who didn't do the crime, you know, the ones left behind. Because in a lot of these cases, the people who suffer the most is the people who get to live through this. And I'm not talking about the people who they try to electrocute and fail. Fucking fail. Get out of
Um,
here.
that probably very nicely of you to say.
Well, I mean, I try to think about other people
I don't.
occasionally.
Okay. In 2000, I already read that. The court
Yeah.
has expressed reservations about electrocution for a number of years, but generally disposed of the issue as procedural or evidentiary grounds, on procedural or evidentiary grounds. Earlier in the year, the state legislature had enacted an escape provision. If an authoritative court found electrocution to be cruel and unusual, all executions would take place by lethal injection. The court remarked that the legislature, in enacting this provision, had found that there was a consensus that the science of our day had discovered that lethal injection was less barbarous and painful method of execution. This, of course, represented some irony given the oft-cited proposition that electrocution constituted a genuinely painless death.
Yeah.
Obviously, since the first one, I feel like they knew better. Like,
Yeah,
that didn't go
I mean,
up.
let me just zap you with some electricity off of a 12-volt battery, and you tell me that shit's painless.
I
Now
wouldn't
that's
even put a
wait,
9 volt on my tongue.
right, exactly. Like
Mhm.
that shit hurts.
Mhm.
Now take that 12-volt battery. Now multiply that by 100. No, that can't possibly hurt. Like that's except for that's not going to kill you instantaneously. Multiply it by 1,000. Yeah, you're in the realm of
Yeah, why wouldn't they
instantaneous
just
death.
do, like, a lot? I
Yeah,
don't get it.
10,000 volts seems like I don't know. Maybe they thought 2,000 would do it, and they was wrong.
Oh, no, yeah, listen to this. Perhaps more than any other state, Florida's courts have brought to light the ongoing struggle over the electric chair and have become a flashpoint for supporters and opponents of electrocution. Following the disastrous electrocution of Pedro Medina, where flames appeared near the headpiece and smoke rose from the prisoner's head,
Oh
bruh,
yeah,
Florida's courts have faced were faced with this spate of challenges to its frequently malfunctioning electric chair. Oh
yeah.
god.
I
That
mean,
A lower court rejected Jones' claim that Medina suffered no conscious pain because his brain was depolarized in milliseconds. What even is that?
I don't believe that.
That the chair was in working order and that the future inmates would suffer no pain. The court openly neglected the dual standard recognized
They're
in
basically
Trop.
they're basically uh, proposing that his brain was dead. Like literally, like when they say depolarized, they mean like like all your neurons completely done, shut down. I don't know about that.
Yeah, so we I didn't read that the case of Trop here, but they had after 10 years, they, like, reversed their death penalty
Oh,
just for the dignity of man, evolving standards, decency. That's probably when they introduced, the lethal injection, but we didn't read about that. But
do
this is,
you
hmm?
do you have anything pulled up on a gentleman by the name of Alan Davis?
No, I
You want
can
to see
Google it.
some images?
Yeah.
That's one of the really bad ones right there. They got some photos of that. That's a bad one.
Okay, I'll Google it. Hi, Heidi. About to ride the lightning. The way the phrasing is funny. Okay, this one says this is in contrast, the dissident contended to meet the requirement that a punishment not be cruel on its face, a method of execution should entail no unnecessary violence or mutilation, arguing that without such a limitation, there existed no clear reason to reject the guillotine as a method of execution. Justice,
Uh,
right?
I'm still pro the guillotine for
Yeah.
execution. You want to talk about painless? That is an 80-pound razor sharp steel blade dropping from a height of about 10 feet onto the back of your neck. It will sever your brain from the rest of your body in less than a millisecond. You will be
Yeah,
dead. Your head
that
will
feels
be in
like
the
the best
bucket.
way to do it. Why don't
That's
they
the
do that?
cleanest. That is the cleanest, most humane way I can imagine to ever execute somebody is to
Yeah.
immediately off with the head with a big ass 80-pound
Hold
axe.
on. Listen, it's called capital punishment. Do you know why it's called that?
The punishment part?
No, the way it's called capital punishment. Capital
Yeah,
means head. So that's what they did. They
yeah.
chopped off your head. The original capital punishment was
Was
chopping off
beheading.
your head.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was beheading for thousands of years. Like
Mhm.
that goes back to like feudal times and like the kings and queens of the age. Like they did a lot of with a sword or with an axe. The guillotine didn't come around till France in like I want to say the 14 or 1500s. I can't remember. It's old. It's old tech, and it was good then, and it's still really good. Like I don't know why declared inhumane. I guess it's because people have to watch the head literally
Yeah,
just
I think that's
come
it. It's the head.
off. It's for the viewers. It's not for the person who's getting the execution.
Mhm.
I think we need to rethink that bullshit. Like if you choose Scream Miss to watch the beheading, don't come.
Don't
Do
show
not
up,
come.
right? You don't have to
Yeah, do
fucking
not
go.
come. You can even
Yeah.
look away when they drop the blade, like, and don't look
No,
in the
just
bucket.
don't go. Yeah, they should keep doing it.
Yeah, I think they should bring it back for sure.
Mhm.
If you're gonna put someone to death, that's about the cleanest way it can be done, and to be guaranteed that it's done, because they can even give you like there are on record cases of people surviving lethal injection as well. You can
Really?
obviously survive a
Oh,
gunshot
wait.
wound.
There's
Yeah,
here. There's wait, is that it? The brutal facts about the most humane method of execution.
lethal injection. Yeah, that's the one.
What's happening? Can you see this? Oh my
Mm,
god.
you gotta pop up over your thing, being annoying.
Okay, I didn't actually read this article. It looks like there's a lot of words here.
Yeah, there's a lot of words there, but yeah, people do survive lethal injection as well. And people have survived being hanged. People have survived firing squad. What's the other one? There's one other one. Electrocution, lethal injection, hanging, firing squad,
Burning at
and
the stake?
I
Let's see.
mean legally authorized by the government.
Um, let's
Hold on.
see.
Oh, gas chamber. Yeah, the gas chamber.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you can survive that too for some period of time, which makes like that one. That's one of those ones that kills you painfully.
Okay. This is it. This is the legal
Mm-hmm.
ones. This is the death penalty information one. Lethal
Mm-hmm.
injection. Number of executions by method since 1976 when they brought it back. 1,398.
Yeah. When they
In
brought it back, why did they get rid of it in the first place?
They found it unconstitutional, but only for
Yeah,
4 years, I think.
right.
Yeah, 4 years.
Because too many people were not dying and were ending up like permanently fucked from the cocktails that like it's because it's two drugs that they give you for lethal injection. Sodium pentothal is one. That's the one that basically calms you, and then the other one is supposed to be the one that kills you. I can't remember what the damn
Wait,
other
when
one
would
is.
they write this? How do I know when this was updated? Because look, lethal injection, it says 28 states and US military and the US government. In South Carolina,
Phenobarbital.
huh? Oh, that's the other chemical.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, that's the one that kills you.
Lethal injection. I wonder if it's here, state by state. Find out the drug protocols used by state by state. Oh,
Potassium fluoride also.
hey, what you could start doing, find out what your state's lethal injection is and start microdosing. This is not legal advice, medical advice either. Start microdosing it. So if you ever get this, you'll be like,
No.
you kill me twice, play dead for a bit, and then
Yeah.
pop up like you've been resurrected.
Like, praise the Lord Jesus. And then
I
just
went down.
leave.
Yep, walk out that bitch.
Yep.
Electrocution. Only 163 people have died this way. Only.
Yeah.
That's still kind of a
Only.
lot. 8 states in South Carolina, electrocution is a primary method, and the other 7 had lethal injection as primary.
Yep.
South Carolina, whoo, watch out. The Supreme
And
Court. Oh, we already read all that. Lethal gas. 9 states have lethal injection as primary. Oh, but what about lethal gas?
nobody has
Oh,
that as
Alabama,
primary.
Arizona, California, Florida, Mississippi, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee. Why are these in brackets? What's this mean? What a code is, what a key is. Hanging? One state has
Hi,
lethal.
Heidi.
Can you
Sorry.
still get New Hampshire abolished the death penalty, but the repeal may not have been retroactively. You could still get hung? Is this real?
I mean,
No.
in Alabama, you definitely can.
I mean, but by the state.
Yes.
You can?
In
I need a
Alabama. Alabama is the state that they pretty much got everything on the books still.
firing squad.
You can get the firing
What?
squad. You can get
In
the
one state, you can still be
noose.
hung. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
gotta look this up.
you can still get the noose.
Alabama?
Yep, pretty sure it's Alabama. It's in the PDF that I can't send you.
Way to go. Can you share it? You can share
Oh,
it.
oh wait, you have
Are you
pretty much everything this PDF says. So you might have like the online version of this because it basically looks exactly like what you're looking at.
Right now, which screen am I on? This thing?
Yep.
Um, this is it though. Oh wait, actually, it has more. Alabama Attorney General seeks execution with unprecedented,
Huh.
untested method using nitrogen hypoxia on August 25th. Oh wow, this is new.
Actually, this
Alabama. What?
doesn't say. It's Delaware, New Hampshire, and Washington State that you can still be hung in. One of
This is.
those states, one of these states does not have an active death penalty, and I'm assuming that means I don't know which one that is, like, because it's got an asterisk for one that no longer has an active death penalty statute, but it
Oh,
doesn't
for
indicate.
Christ's sake. Okay, I'm sorry. I was listening. What?
Okay, no, you're good.
Okay. Alabama this is new. So this is August 25.
Mm-hmm.
There's this new way they want to kill people, and it is nitrogen hypoxia. It says
Mm-hmm.
electrocution by nitrogen hypoxia results in death by suffocation.
Yeah.
Doesn't that hurt?
No. Laughing
What?
gas is I mean, nitrous oxide is laughing gas. So they just like basically give you laughing gas till your oxygen levels get to the point where you literally suffocate, but you'll be basically unconscious when that happens. The nitrous will get you first.
Alabama attempted to execute Mr. Smith on November 22nd, but abandoned the efforts after spending several hours unsuccessfully attempting to test an IV line for the drugs. They can't even get the goddamn IV right. Cut his head off. It's so much more effective
Seems
or
just
efficient.
yeah, like there's not too many questions to ask with is the head removed from the body? Yes or no? If the head is off, you're dead. If the head is still on, you're probably still dead.
A botched execution of Joe and an attempted execution of poor Alan. I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah.
poor because these good people, but that's kind of
No, but I
fucked.
mean, if you look at that, like that picture of that man, Mr. Allen.
Is he bad?
Oh, it's fucking gruesome.
Alabama drops
Like,
lethal injection for Alan Miller, but may attempt execution with nitrous gas. Let's see if there's a photo. There's no photos of this guy. Last year, have agreed not to make a second attempt to execute Alan Miller. Execution failed because of a failure to establish an IV line. That's not really a failure. Fuck out of here. How is that a failure? Is failure to establish an IV line? I need a doctor. Is there a doctor in the house? I got questions. Hi, Divinity. I'm glad to be here and happy you and Darth are doing the stream together again. Interesting topic. Already learned more than I knew before. Huh? It's good to see you. I'm glad you're
hmm
here.
no, I mean Alan Davis, the one I told you to like look
Oh,
that
Alan
guy up.
Davis.
Yeah,
Look him up.
that that this is what can happen with the electric chair. Like, oh look, it's P. I have my own Rumble icon beaver.
PB is here?
Yeah, PB is just
How do
here,
you
and
see? I don't see her.
I see her. She'd be there. You lagging.
Maybe I am.
She said, "Hello, Rumblers." Public firing squad would be effective. I mean, I say public beheadings, but I'm still for bringing back the guillotine. Like, you want to talk about effective? Nothing says effective like 80 pounds of cold razor sharp steel. That is enough to remove anyone's head. I don't care how thick your neck is.
That part.
Yeah,
They hung this lady here. They was with even hanging ladies.
yeah. I mean,
Everybody can get it.
a woman can get the death penalty too. We's about
Hmm.
equality in this country.
Hold on, which state had the firing squad? Let me look again. I think I'm way far. Damn, I think I went too far.
There's a few of them.
There's 5. Mississippi, Oklahoma, Utah, South Carolina, and Idaho.
Mm,
Who lives in these states? Oh, I do see PB.
Vicky
Wow, I am
lives
behind.
in
Good
yeah,
to see
Vicky
you.
lives in Idaho, don't she?
PB, I got a question for yeah, Vicky does live in Idaho.
She
And
answered this question yesterday. You missed it.
I did? Okay, so my
You
question was
did.
how do you have a sticker? There's where's it at?
Emoji.
What
Your custom
whatever.
P-Beaver emoji. She
Yeah,
told the
that
story of this. You
she
missed it.
did. Oh, sorry, I missed. I
Yeah.
probably asked already.
She'll tell you again, probably. It's
Well, do you
better
wanna
if
make her talk
PB
it out?
tells it.
Just tell me. Okay.
I mean, it was custom designed by a Rumble streamer, something Ian, and it was requested by the community. So PB kind of a celebrity around these parts in the Rumble streets. And yeah, it's valid on every channel. So
Huh.
it's the custom PB emoji.
I saw it the other day, I was like, "Why does this emoji" well,
What's
I called it a
Ian? That's
sticker.
it.
Why is
Yeah,
it
what up,
facing
Ian?
under PP? Huh?
It was created by What Up Ian,
Mhm.
who is apparently a Rumble guy as well.
Cool.
PB, a celebrity on the Rumbles.
We know the PB.
Yeah, it's
Um,
official as shit. I mean, it's got the Rumble icon in the emo. Oh, look at that! Like,
Look at that. Idaho steps closer to using the fire squad for executions. Idaho will become the fifth state to authorize the firing squad as a method of execution and may become the first state to mandatorily impose it on death row prisoners since 1976. Idaho's Governor Brad Little signed HB 186 into law on March 4th, 24th. Oh, good thing they don't just give it to retards, you know what I'm saying? I probably would be getting to dead. And it goes into effect on July 1st. The law gives the director of the Idaho Department of Corrections up to 5 days after a death warrant is issued to determine if lethal injection is available. If it is declared unavailable, the execution will will what?
be
Be
carried out
performed
by
by a
fire.
firing squad. And the state will need to spend $750,000 on its facilities to enable execution by firing squad.
Do you know how a firing squad works, Tiff?
I mean, I feel like they just line you up in front of guys with rifles and they all shoot you.
Except for you only get shot once.
What?
It's usually seven. 7 men are lined up with rifles. 6 of those men have blanks in their rifle. One of those rounds is live, and yeah,
Sounds
not
like such bullshit. I hate this.
this is done for the people who are actually having to carry out the firing squad, because nobody knows who has the live bullet. Nobody knows who.
This
Uh,
sounds like this sounds like a wives' tale. They
yeah,
all got
no,
bullets.
P Beaver is actually done confirming this as well in chat.
I do believe her.
Yeah, I mean, I would not make this up.
You might.
That's the thing, Vicky, is they get expert marksmen to do this. There is no missing. This is this is a
You
point
can miss
blank
your heart.
shot.
What if your heart's in the wrong damn spot?
It's in the head. It's not in the
Oh,
heart. It's in the head. And
fuck.
and you turn around and face
You
away,
can
so they
live
shoot you.
without a brain.
They
Why wouldn't they
shoot
shoot
you
you
in
in
the
the
back of
heart?
the head. You cannot live without a brain.
You can't? No.
No,
Can you live
that's
without a heart?
there have
I
never
believe you can live without a brain.
yeah, there
I've
has
been
never
doing it.
been a failed shot, PB. That's why you've never heard of one. Like
I
this
have
is
never heard of
probably
a failed shot.
it's not like lethal injection or electrocution. Yeah, I think they use 308s. They're like enough power to yeah. I mean,
Why would you face him? I wouldn't face him.
I don't think you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to face
How
away.
about face?
And yeah, they
Oh
shoot
no,
you in the
look,
head.
they're facing them. They've already shot.
Yeah, I mean
I feel like
these
some
these are some old photos too.
you didn't have a bullet. You guys,
Yeah,
everybody knows y'all didn't do it.
one of you's got a bullet, but one of you don't.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. But why face him? Why not just? Oh, because you don't shoot a man in the back. What kind of fucking faggots are we? Never
I
mind.
mean, I want to like clear shot at the back of your head because that's how I know I'm not gonna miss.
Yikes! These aren't these are blanks.
Yeah, I
Usually,
mean, yeah, I was only going by our standards for this, the one live round. Some places that do firing squad, yeah, that's 7 bullets you taking.
Ah, they painted the damn wall here.
Yeah, like you're gonna get bloodbathed.
Oh, this guy already got
Yeah,
some.
yeah. They do not shoot you in the heart
Are
though.
these
They
the
shoot you in the
dummies?
head.
These are their practice dummies?
What are you looking at? Because I just see guys
Oh, I'm
pointing
not
guns at a
sharing
flag.
this? Okay, hold on. How do
Yeah,
these
I I I see them
this
pointing guns at a flag.
you are you watching StreamYard or are you watching
I'm watching StreamYard.
and you just see him pointing guns at a flag?
Yeah, that's what's showing up right now. That's what you're
Hmm.
sharing.
On my StreamYard, I see him shooting at a wall with logs and some dudes in front of it.
Yeah,
Can we
I don't see this. That's
um
weird.
this is what you see? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did it change?
Nope.
Okay.
That's weird
Um,
because like I'm sitting here talking to you in real time, so it's not like I'm lagging or anything.
no, right?
But yeah, the screen's not changing on my side. I don't know why.
Wikipedia Mike the Headless Chicken. Oh,
I
we're
don't want to
going
know
there.
about a headless chicken,
Yeah,
do
you
I?
do. Can you see this?
Yeah, Mike the headless chicken.
Well, whatever. You don't need a brain to live, maybe. Mike the
Ugh.
Headless Chicken was a male, some kind of chicken that lived for 18 months after his head been cut off, surviving because most of his brain stem remained intact and he did not bleed to death due to a blood clot. Oh, and a blood clot saved your life. After the loss of his head, Mike achieved national fame until his death in March 1947.
This is why when you do the guillotine, you go below the brainstem and you go like right halfway through the neck. Like you want to make sure you get that whole thing out of there. You just sever that shit right at the middle of the neck.
Man, they turned him into a freak show after they did that to him. This seems like
That's
cruel and
yeah,
unusual punishment, but no one gives a fuck about a chicken.
yeah.
Except for
Because
Boomer. Boomer, you care. I'm not trying to say
I
that.
mean, they cut that chicken's head off because they wanted it to be dead, and then it didn't die. I'd have been like, cut the rest of this fucking brainstem out, so this thing is dead. We need to pluck it and eat it. I mean, fucking Mike the headless chicken. 18 months? How did it eat?
That's a good question.
How
Ew,
did
how
it
did it
eat
eat?
for 18 months?
This is a lie, huh?
This is some made up bullshit. There's no way in hell you live for 18 months with no food. And you can't eat no food
Oh,
because
wait,
your
hold
whole
on.
head been
Hold
cut
on.
the fuck
At a
off.
stopover in Phoenix, Mike started choking in the middle of the night. That's how he died.
Choking?
Choking.
Choking.
Someone choked a
Choking.
chicken.
The chicken with no neck started choking. What? Uh,
He managed to
no,
get a kernel of corn in his throat.
the more you talk, the more I realize your story here is nonsense. Oh, they used a syringe to keep it fed, and it choked on a syringe, or I don't know. I think it had a neck, just not the head. Clearly,
Other sources say that the chicken's severed trachea could not properly take in enough air to be able to
that's.
breathe. Therefore, he
I
choked to
mean,
death.
that's what I'm saying. Like, how did this thing like? This whole story sound like some
She
made
said it
up
had a neck,
bullshit.
just not a head. You just gotta shove food down its gullet. Gross. This is gross. I mean, all right. Would you rather have firing squad, lethal injection, or electric chair? He's muted. Okay. He's gonna get we're gonna draw and quarter him. What's next?
I
Oh,
mean,
hi.
could we please not draw and quarter me like out of all the things? Can I suggest one that's not on the list, but it
Mhm.
probably has been used by the United States government in certain situations?
Mhm.
Can we go with keel hauling?
Who?
Do you know what a keel haul is?
I don't think so. Let me Google it. Keel
Oh
hauling.
my! You want to talk about brutality? This is
Mhm.
probably one of the most brutal ways you can kill somebody ever.
Keel hauling, to drag along the keel, is a form of punishment and potential execution once meted out to sailors at sea. The sailor was tied to a line looped beneath the vessel, thrown overboard on the side of the ship, and dragged until the ship's keel, either from one side of the ship or to the other, or the length of the ship. Wait, drag under the ship's keel? What the hell is a keel?
The bottom of the ship. See, the thing you don't realize about why this is so terrible is have you ever seen the keel of a large ocean-going vessel?
I just barely learned what it was 2 seconds ago, huh?
Barnacles grow there, and these barnacles is razor fucking. They will shred your body to ribbons in a matter of seconds. They're razor sharp, and what they do is they basically drop you down on a rope, and you are dragged underneath. Yeah, barnacle. You are dragged underneath across these barnacles, and if you come out alive on the other end, you're good.
I mean, what do you mean? How long do they keep you under there? How long could you
Until you
possibly
come out
go?
the bottom. If they send you sideways across a ship, you're likelier to live. If they send you lengthwise, you're almost certainly going to die. You're
I don't
not going to live.
what the
Keel hauling is like one of the nastiest things I can imagine. And one of the lovely parts about it is this is done in the ocean. So while you're being shredded, all that salt water is immediately seeping into your thousands of open wounds.
And what about sharks? Can't they smell your blood?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You'll be dead way before the sharks get to you. But yeah, I mean, every predatory thing will smell your blood for miles, but
Oh my god, all the things you just said are true. Okay, it says, oh my god.
I'm
The hull of the
not,
ship was usually covered in barnacles and other marine growth, and thus keel hauling would typically result in serious lacerations from which the victim would later suffer infection and scarring. If the
yeah,
victim was dragged slowly, his weight might lower him sufficiently to miss the barnacles, but this method would frequently result in his drowning. There was
yeah,
also a
there's
risk of
that.
head trauma from colliding against the hull or keel, especially if the ship was in motion.
Which it almost always was when you were getting keel hauled, like, because the ships don't usually stay out of motion a lot. But yeah,
You know what I
I mean,
heard? Hold
you'd
on,
be
let me
so fucked.
I heard that, what's that torture device? There's some kind of torture device that's not real, but we associate it with like executions. It's got Iron Maiden. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, have you ever heard of the brass bull? That's a fun torture device.
The brass bowl? No, I don't think so.
Oh man, that's I think that's like ancient Roman status right there. But yeah, they made a big ass bull out of brass, and they would put you inside it, and then they would put it in the fire, and they would
Oh God.
superheat the brass, and you'd basically get to cook alive inside it.
Hmm.
And the screaming sound would sound like a bull, like
I, I wonder.
reverberating
Oh, this has
inside it.
spikes in it.
Mm.
Ugh. Let me look up the metal bowl one. This supposedly they just use this to like scare people into what they thought was like or some shit. This ain't real. What?
Yeah, the Iron Maiden. Yeah, that's
Disgusting. I don't know, could be wrong. What was the other one called? Metal
a brass bull.
brass ball. Brazen bowl?
Brazen bull. That's it. Yeah, it was made of brass, but yeah, it's called the brazen bull.
Also known as the bronze bowl.
Bronze bull, brass bull,
Alleged
brazen bull.
torture and execution device designed in ancient Greece according to
Oh, it's Greek. That's right. Not Roman.
some
Go
dude.
ahead. Yeah. Oh, that just, I mean, that just sounds awful. Vlad the Impaler. Marshmallow sticks.
Oh, speaking of well, okay, we speaking of marshmallows, well, one of the ways to die. So first of all, we've gone over like the regular ways we already know, the state sanctioned ways.
I mean, we haven't gone over all of them. We've gone over three of them. The gas chamber and the noose is the ones we haven't really talked about.
Okay. We did talk about the noose because there's one state you can still
Yeah,
die that way.
yeah.
Mm,
Do you know when the last time a lynching occurred in the U.S. was? Because I was kind of surprised by this.
lynching? Lynching is non-state
Yeah, that's
sanctioned,
not a
right?
sanctioned. Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
that it happened, I believe, in Pennsylvania, and it was in 1986. So
86.
within our lifetime, they still was doing the lynchings.
big shock. I bet it's actually sooner than that.
Nope, I'm pretty sure that's the last recorded. I mean, unless you count that guy that hung himself and shot himself with a shotgun, and then they couldn't find the
That's a Clin
shotgun.
that's a Clinton. That's a
That's
Clinton
a
buddy.
Clinton thing, yes. So we're not. Uh, that was very recently though. But that wasn't a suicide. Uh, that was a hanging.
Oh, look at this. Share this. This is the last time that these states killed someone. The last time. Why are there 2 numbers? Say more. What's happening here? How could they? Maybe they got rid of it in this year. Maybe make this bigger and see what I can learn. Tell me something more. Okay, well, the last execution in Alaska was 1950. When was? Where am I? California. Wait, do we not kill people here?
They used to. I don't think they kill people there anymore.
No.
Oh wait, is that black
You guys
section of?
don't kill people anymore either.
No, we don't. We never did. We've
You were
never
like
had the
the
death
first
penalty.
state to not. I don't know. I think it was you. Are you sure you never did?
I don't think we ever did. But we might have. Like, I know we don't anymore. We haven't had the death penalty in as long as I can remember.
I think you guys were the first ones to abolish it, and then Wisconsin, which is why that's why you guys, I don't know about you guys, but that's why Wisconsin gets the fucked up criminals. They know
Oh
they're
yeah,
not.
85 years ago, the last person was executed in Michigan in 1846. Michigan abolished the death penalty in 1846. And
After him, they were like, nope, that's fucked up.
the last one was at 38.
1838.
1938. We abolished
1930.
it. We abolished it in 1846, but of course, all the people that was already on death row still got to get their death penalties. They earned them. So the last one was carried out in 1938.
Really?
Yep.
After they abolish it, they're like, but we already gave it to you, so you have to get it
Yeah.
later.
I mean, you got to get the dead because we already sentenced you to the
No
dead.
way. It's unconstitutional. Then it's unconstitutional. I don't get that.
I don't think we declared it unconstitutional. I think we just
Oh,
abolished using it.
well, not really, if you still used it. Look at this. Can I zoom in on this? This is a picture of the first woman. This is Ruth Ryder. Can you see it?
We still got
What?
one guy on death row in Michigan though.
He's just going to be there forever then, yeah? Because you won't kill him?
No,
What do you mean?
he in 2023 there is one Michigan man on death row for a crime committed on a federal property. So he got a federal death penalty. He's gonna get killed by the
Oh,
the agencies, the USA.
the state's not going to kill him.
Mm-mm.
The legislation or governor can commute death sentences to life. Some countries throw you off of the top of the building in lieu of a hearing and execution. I know. I have a website up that's going to show us that. I can't fucking believe it.
Pakistan?
Do you think, okay, some countries, and I've seen this back when the internet was a
Yeah,
little more free.
Pakistan.
Not that I've never seen anyone get thrown off a building, but I've seen people get
Yeah,
their arms chopped off. I saw this one guy
yeah.
because he's probably a thief, but I saw this one guy. He's
Most
like,
of these are
he's jumping around and he
Middle
puts his
Eastern
arm out.
countries.
Whoopah, they chop it off, and he goes running around like Mike the chicken with the no arm. And then he comes back, and he's got one arm, it's fucked, and he has to put the other fucking arm out there. And he's like, and he does it. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if maybe I could have done the first one, but I don't feel like I could lose both of them. I'd put my head out there. Just fuck that. Can you believe it? Getting both, and then now he's running around with 2 no arms. It's a bad day. Don't steal in those countries, I don't think.
I don't think that's right.
It's true. I saw it on a video.
No, I'm reading what Pete Beaver said about Alaska and
Oh.
Hawaii, and I don't think that's correct. I think Alaska became a state in '49, and I don't think it was till the 50s that Hawaii became a state.
You guys is getting off topic. You nerds. This picture that I'm showing you right here is actually a picture of somebody getting electrocuted. It's the first time we ever saw. Okay, this is Ruth Snyder picture. It says this is perhaps the most remarkable exclusive picture in the history of criminology.
59, not 49, 59.
It shows the actual scene in the Sing Sing death house of the lethal current surging through Ruth Snyder's body at 11:06 last night. Her helmeted head is stiffened in death, her face mask and an electrode strapped to her bare right leg. The autopsy table on which her body was removed is beside her. Judd Gray, the guy that I think she was having an affair with, I think they actually killed her husband. That's what I think she's getting killed for or murdered for. Mumbling a prayer, followed her down the narrow corridor at 11:14. Quote, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." That's the last thing she said.
Mm.
Those are her last words.
That's
This is
way better than my man. God, I was reading on this, and one guy who got the chair in Tennessee, his last words were "Let's rock." And I'm like, that's a way to go out right there.
This they were afraid. They didn't let photographers or anybody in there for this. And so this guy got a call. It was like a random thing. Someone from out of state, they called him. And so he strapped a one-shot camera to his pant leg and had like a device so that he could pull the string to make it take a picture. So he had one chance at getting a picture. And as they flip the switch, he pulls up his pant leg, takes a picture. They rush back, develop it, find that they've got the very first picture of someone getting executed. And then they say in the story that for decades after this, every execution, you had to lift your pant legs to go in to make sure you weren't going to get a photo.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
don't
real
just have
picture.
a camera in your pants.
They put this on the front page of the Daily News. Dead.
Oh.
They gave her the dead. This isn't what journalism is like. And now they're like, think about her family. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting to see that. That's fucked up. You broke their trust. You're not supposed to have a camera in there. And the rest of us are like, dude, this is fucking dope history. Thanks for the history thanks for the history.
Journalism.
This is the journalism idea.
The journalism.
The journalism.
Honestly, Heidi, I don't know how people were taken out in Michigan before we abolished it, because up until like 10 minutes ago, I didn't even know we ever had it. So how am I supposed to know how it worked?
Yeah, that's true.
That shit was abolished way, way, way before I was ever born, or my grandparents or my great grandparents. Like,
Google it, Darth.
Yeah,
Google it for the woman. Ain't gonna happen. Okay.
That's Tennessee and Michigan.
Okay. These are the unconventional ways. Okay, I put these cement shoes here because I feel like sometimes the mafia uses, or the government uses.
The government has been known to use the mafia and other criminal organizations to do their dirty work, especially inside other countries. Like, everybody knows that the cartels down but south of the border are all ran by the intelligence agency in the central.
Everybody knows that?
Did you not know that the cartels was ran by the CIA?
Yeah, probably.
Of course. Like, I figure everybody knew that.
I never knew that. Okay, so then hold on. Let me just rabbit trail.
I'm early.
You hold on. Oh my God, I gotta show you something. I'm gonna unveil this right now.
Unveiling. Ooh.
First of all, I'm about to take our show into the weeds, and so for that, that's this. Now, if you really pay attention, the AI has cursed the shit out of this image and given the driver 3 hands, and it's let the girl take the wheel, which actually I like. But this is now
don't like any of this.
Screaming, we're going to take this mother.
Where did he get? Why does he have 2 arms on the right hand side?
It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hilarious while it's ridiculous. We get baby AI, right? We get the little baby
Yeah.
version that still
We
doesn't understand people and
yeah.
faces, no matter how many they look at.
We get to watch AI grow up.
It's so
Cheers.
cute. I know, it's adorable. They're not gonna have this in the future. I don't think. I hope not, for Christ's sake, this bitch better learn, but
AI will
I
get its
do
shit
think that's
together at
adorable.
some point.
But let me unveil you this thing that's for my other show. So on Monday and Tuesday, I do a show in the morning, and I have a Canadian for a co-host.
No, dear
That's your
God.
warning if you ever show up. But this, we do often take the show into the woods. So look at
Into the
listen to this.
weeds. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I couldn't do weeds because if you
Off the
try to tell
rails.
the AI to do weed, they think you're a drug addict. So I had to tell it into the woods. I can't believe it thinks weed is weed. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm not gonna deal
It
with my
does.
92 words. It does.
The the AI is kind of a prudish bitch,
If
by
you
the way.
talk to the AI late enough at night after enough joints or drinks or whatever your thing is, it's actually hilarious and a lot of fun, but
I need
sometimes
to.
it's frustrating.
We should do a conversation with the AI on the
Oh, yeah.
stream at some point, you and I,
Okay.
because I think you and I could talk to it. We
Ugh.
would tell it all the we would tell it all the nice things.
There's a character AI where you can go talk to AI, but dressed up as your favorite thing. It could be a plant. You could talk to I talked to Mario a few times.
Later,
You might have seen it
Frogget.
on my show. Is Froggy have to
I'm.
leave?
He said he got a show to do.
Aw, the politics will wait.
Yeah, he
Let
gonna
'em
do the
know.
news and the politics.
I'm just kidding. Have a good show. We'll see you over there in a bit.
Yeah, we'll
But
see
let
you
me
over
show
there
you
when we
this
get
thing
over
that's for
there.
my show, my other show. I made this yesterday.
Yeah.
That was me. Oh, wait, that was me driving the show into the woods. Let's show you again.
And that was Nova crashing the show into a tree at the end.
That's so fun.
You drive the show out into the woods, and he tries to get you out and crashes it right into the trees.
I can't
He
wait to use
Canadian, he
that.
useless.
I mean, you gotta have something to run from. You can't just have goals.
I mean,
Okay, so cement shoes. This other picture that you see here, I don't know if this is real, but it was accompanied with a story about how some government submerged, I think it was like ISIS or the Taliban or some bullshit. That's not some government, some terror organization.
I
They
mean,
submerged their prisoners in a vat of acid and let their
acid.
insides dissolve.
Triad was very notorious for that. The Japanese,
Oh my God, that's
or
awful.
no, the Yakuza is the Japanese. The Triad is the Chinese. But yeah, they is notorious for using the acid.
Hmm.
It's kind of their thing.
Yeah, that's fucked. But I added Ruby Ridge, and the picture in the background is Waco
Ah, yeah.
because the state will
Waco,
fucking
Ruby
kill you. You
Ridge.
know what
Yeah,
I
the
forgot though?
state will kill you. Yeah.
I forgot to add on here. So in this next slide, hold on. These are
I
their
mean,
unconventional tactics, and then there's their subtle shits. What I forgot to add on here was taxes. In the
yeah.
in the YouTube chat, one of our
Agrilith
yeah,
said
he was there, and he's like taxes. I'm
it's
like,
always
yeah,
taxes. Yeah.
I should have said that.
I thought that was in the slideshow for the beginning of the show.
I missed
Hmm.
it.
Oofed.
Totally.
But there is a way on the maybe on the it might be on the subtle page that I I think it would be remiss of us not to notice.
Can you see what I'm sharing right now on StreamYard?
It says unconventional tactics still.
It does. Let me share something else and then come back to this. Now what does it say?
Now it's halfway between. Now it says subtle. Oh, you got it
No.
there. It's right there. It's the first thing. Good job. Good job.
The vaccine?
Yeah, the poke and
Yeah.
smoke. I
And
see you put the
modern feminism.
alcohol. Ah, yeah,
Mhm.
modern feminism is my favorite. Like, even though OG feminism was the real problem, like, it's
Participation.
just,
That would kill you. That'll kill a whole ass generation.
oh yeah, at least you tried. Oh, don't get me started on the food pyramid.
Mhm.
You know who issued the food pyramid, right?
Tell me.
The government agency that came up with this. It was not your Food and Drug Administration.
Who? Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. I know this. The one who did the food pyramid wasn't the FDA?
Nope.
Who would have done it? Who could have done it? Chat, if you know the answer to this, hurry up and tell me. Who could have did it? What wouldn't make any sense? I know. ATF.
No, it's not the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms.
I was like, great guess. Okay, don't tell me still. Chat, tell me that answer. Don't everybody, I need to know. AI is super creepy. I see the face in the corn. Hold on, I need to go check into something really quick.
Oh, there's a face in the corn? I don't see it.
Let's make this bigger. Vicky, are you tripping?
I think Vicky is tripping. Or no, that's Boomer that's tripping.
Oh, Boomer. Well, she's straight stage tripping.
Yeah.
Kidding. Oh wait, that is Boomer. So I didn't
Yeah, what?
Okay, well, I don't know.
It's a Department of Agriculture.
Department of Agriculture. Oh well, I mean,
The farm people who is trying to sell you the grain is the same ones that are trying to sell you
isn't
need
just
6
grain, right? It's earthing.
No, it's not. But yeah, I mean, like your corn farmers and your wheat farmers were like your big contributors to that. It's all a sales pitch. It's not for your dietary needs.
That's what we've learned. They gave us a new food pyramid, anyways, a new way to subtly fuck us.
I heard the new one is even worse than the old one, and I didn't believe the old one, so I started going on a different food pyramid, and it's been working out. I haven't gotten the fat for many years now, except for that 1 year. But
what's your new food pyramid?
I mean, I just eat what I want when I'm hungry.
I knew it.
That's it. I don't pay
pay no
attention to bullshit.
So do you think you're healthy, or do you think you're just not fat?
I think I'm just not a fat.
Do you think that means you're healthy?
I mean, it probably means I'm more healthy than it would be if I was a fat.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I do a lot of other unhealthy shit that doesn't have anything to do with my weight. Like, I smoke and I drink, like, maybe a lot.
That's on the list right here. See, smoking, drinking, the government done got you. How do you feel about sugar?
I mean, I don't use nearly as much sugar as I used to, but I used to be kind of bad about that. Now I don't really do the sugary anything.
Hey, how controversial is that I put the Route 91 shooting on unconventional tactics the government used to murk us?
I mean,
sorry about that, but all the survivors, you gonna make it.
And did you put 9/11 on the list?
I thought about it. I was like, how do I put the tower? Oh, wait, hold on. It is behind this. Look at the background on subtle.
Oh my, that is subtle. Except they're not falling. They've fallen down sideways. They need to be falling straight down like a controlled demolition.
Listen, I did what I could do. We're 8 minutes late, Vicky says.
I think I said cheers 8 minutes ago, but I might have missed it. I'm pretty sure I smoked 8 minutes ago because I'm down. No cheers.
Is what the flock boomer? Yes. What is the cow people? That's what I meant.
Was it the cow people?
Oh, was it the cow people? The cow people.
No, it was the corn people. And corn has no nutritional value whatsoever, but they consider it a grain.
Corn is a damn mystery. I don't know. Corn is the only reason I believe in magic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because corn can be turned into alcohol?
No, because you could make it disappear by chomping it up and it'll show back up like, there's your corn. Surprise. What's the same? That's fucking magic, I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
allegedly. I heard a story about.
You can also turn it into like a gasoline substitute and a drinking alcohol.
That's pretty cool too, but also the other thing I said.
Yeah, also the thing that Div said for sure. Turns out you can turn a lot. We did a lot of
Building
shit into
number 7
alcohol.
for the win.
We're not
Hey,
going to talk about that.
okay.
Mm.
Let me go to 7. What is this? I already know I don't want to read this. I already, let's go to this. 15 most brutal executions of all time.
Oh,
How about a
wow.
snake pit, y'all?
Mm, I'm good.
How long would that take?
Depends on what kind of snakes they use.
Well, what the hell are these?
I'm not entirely sure what those are.
Don't they got it? Wouldn't they just put a mix in there? Some of them that are going to
They
choke you out and some of them that are going to poison you?
Nah,
That's
they're
not good.
if they're gonna put you in a snake pit, they're all gonna be venomous snakes. They're not gonna put constrictors in a venomous snake pit because the only constrictors big enough
This
to
is
like deal with a human are gonna be your reticulated pythons and your anacondas. Like, and who is fucking around with one of those? Like, or a bunch of those? Fuck that. That's too much work. Let's bury him up to his head and pour honey on his head and let the ants get him.
dude, burying alive is a thing. Hold on there. Oh, maybe
Uh,
they'll show a picture right here. There's no
yeah,
picture? Come on. Show us the buried alive. What kind of shit is
yeah.
this? Buried alive starts out our first list of executions. Dating back to BC times, the punishment has been used for individuals as well as groups. The victim is
Mm.
usually tied up and then placed in a hole and buried. One of the most recent and disturbing uses of this form of execution was the Nanjing massacre during World War II, where Japanese soldiers buried groups of Chinese civilians
Oh yeah.
alive in what was referred to as the 10,000 corpse ditch. Holy ass. Let's Google this.
Do you
Copy.
know why China to this day hates Japan? It's because of the atrocities Japan committed on China during World War II. This
Wow.
is the Nanjing massacre is one of many. Like, China will never forget what Japan did to them, and that is why if Taiwan shit pops off, Japan has to back Taiwan because if Taiwan falls, you're next.
Mm.
They haven't forgot about you.
And and this happened before Pearl Harbor. So we weren't fucking around when they tried to fuck with us.
Yep.
To the camps, y'all. The extent of the atrocities. Wow, I didn't know about this. This is kind of um
It's in U.S. history, the atrocities committed by the Japanese upon all their neighbors were significantly glossed over, significantly. But yeah, they were not them and the Italians. They were both really very terrible. Like everybody talks about Hitler, 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 but Mussolini probably even more of a dangerous person than Hitler.
yeah, but no, the Jews write this. I mean, I don't mean to be controversial, but whoever read the story is going to tell you what the problem, who the
Yeah,
biggest problem
exactly.
was.
Of course. The history is recorded by the winners. That's the problem.
I mean, okay,
You
snake
never
pit.
get to hear the loser side of it. Okay, the
Snake
snake
pit. Maybe
pit.
they'll tell us about which types of snakes were in here. One
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
pretty sure.
oldest forms of torture and execution, snake pits were a very common form of capital punishment. Convicts were cast into a deep pit with venomous snakes, dying
Yeah, it's
after the
venomous snakes.
irritated and poorly fed snakes attacked them. Several
Yeah.
famous leaders have been said to die this way, including Ragnar Lodbrok, the Viking warlord.
Lothbrok. Yeah, Ragnar
Okay,
Lothbrok.
and Gunnar, the King of Burgundy. The King of the color burgundy? Wow, that's interesting. I want to be the queen of forest green. I like that color. Some variations of the traditional snake pit is being thrown into a small pool of water containing water snakes. That doesn't sound as bad. I don't know why. What do you
Yeah,
think the
water
Spanish?
snakes are really fucking poisonous.
I mean, but you're in water. What do you think the Spanish tickler is?
Uh, I've heard of this before. I can't remember
Where are the
exactly.
pictures? Okay, I gotta refresh this page. Hold on a second. Let me share this instead and refresh this page
I
because
don't
this
think
had
they.
pictures before.
I don't think they want you to
You're right. They don't want me to see
see the
them.
pictures. Showing this on the internet to people.
Okay. Spanish tickler. The torture device was commonly used in Europe during the Middle Ages, used to tear open the victim's skin. The weapon could rip through anything, including muscle and bone. The victim was tied up naked, sometimes in public, and then the torturers began mutilating them, usually starting on the limbs and working inward. Let's just Google the device then.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to see what this look like. I'm imagining like a three-headed drill.
Images. There's a few different ideas of what these might be.
So this is like a legend.
See this?
Yeah, that looks
Basically
like
like brass knuckles, but claws. You shred someone like their chicken for Alfredo. Disgusting.
Yeah, down there in the big pikes. Oh, that's not. Ooh, yeah.
That's similar to the next one, slow slicing. Ling Chi, translated as slow slicing or lingering death, was described as the death by 1,000 cuts, practiced from 980 to 1905. This form of torture and execution is similar to the five pains, but drawn out over a much longer period of time. The torturer slowly cuts and removes several body parts, extending the victim's life and torture as long as possible. According to Confucian principle, a body that is cut into pieces cannot be whole in the spiritual afterlife, making the form of execution one that still tortures the victim in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Damn, they really thought about that. Could you imagine if you were alive while they took out some of your shit? That's why I don't go to Mexico.
Right.
Oh, ice baths. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere in South America then. There's nowhere that's really safe.
Hello, nice to meet you. Vietnam. Hello, my lovely friends from Vietnam. Hello, nice to meet you. I followed you already. Please interact and follow the page together. Hello, our friend. Don't take any ideas from this.
Yeah, welcome to the death stream.
Yeah, it's our, what was the other name?
The live stream. Yeah, it's our death stream live stream.
Here's the old school way. This is probably, Vicky had probably died in past lives many, many times by burning at the stake. Right, Vicky?
I mean,
Or
I'm
did she
pretty sure
not?
she. I'm pretty sure that's why to this day her hair hurts because it's been burned off so many times that her scalp is permanently burned.
Is that what's
is that about
Oh,
correct assessment there, Miss Vicky T? Like your scalp has just been burned so many times that you can't grow your hair because it hurts too much.
no, that's not it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of it.
yeah, that's what I think it is. Like you too much nerve damage from all them fires you've been in, getting burned at the stake. The forever witch.
A
In fact,
forever witch.
in fact, you said you live in Idaho. Like, don't they have burning at the stake as a legal form of execution in Idaho still? I know they
She's
still got that chair.
Oh yeah, they do the firing squad in Idaho. Didn't we learn that?
Yeah, wasn't that the firing squad? Yeah, we learned something today. Drawn and quartered. Why is everybody bringing up the fun ones that we was talking about the other day?
I mean, if you got to think about ways to die, how about burning the stake? Death by burning has been used as a form of capital punishment for centuries, often associated with crimes such as treason and witchcraft. Today, treason. Can you imagine getting burnt?
Oh
That's
yeah,
fucked up.
that's a that's a very common practice about maybe 500-600 years ago.
That's what it says. Before the 18th century, it was very common.
Yep.
The victim is tied to a large stake, frequently in the center of town or anywhere with onlookers, and then lit on fire.
Yes,
It's considered
it's
one of the
spectacle here.
slowest ways to die.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cooked.
But I mean, to be fair, your nerves go long before you die, so you don't feel anything by the time you do die. Yeah, your nerves are all dead. Like yeah, your whole flesh burned off. But yeah, it's gonna be one of the most excruciatingly painful ways to die too.
Yeah. Well, you just put it on Vicky. Or wait, did I? Sorry, Vicky, that's not the way they got you.
Yeah. No, you
Common
just put this
she's an
all over
actual
you.
witch,
Sorry
so
about
she
that.
didn't burn. That's what I was trying to
Right.
get at.
Right.
Common
Right.
practice. Oh, necklacing. This is the fucked up one they still do.
Oh,
You've heard
yeah.
of this?
I have.
Yeah, it says it's unfortunately still quite common today. Necklacing
Yeah.
consists of a rubber tire filled with gasoline being forced around the victim's chest and arms and then being set on fire.
Uh-huh.
Necklacing essentially causes the body to be turned into a melted mess, which is why it comes in at number 10 on the list of the most brutal methods of execution of all time.
I'm pretty sure these first five have been absolutely atrocious. I can't fathom what we're gonna get at number one at this point.
Well, number 9 is damn execution by elephant.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
almost happened to me.
being dragged or being stampeded.
Both. It says in South and Southeast Asia, the elephant has been a method of capital punishment for thousands of years. The animals were trained to execute two ways: slowly, in a prolonged manner, dismembering and torturing, or by crushing, which killed the victim nearly instantly, like
Mhm.
electrocution. Painless, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Usually
well,
employed by royalty, these elephant assassins only heighten the fear of royalty to the common people, proving that they even had the ability to control wild animals. The concept was eventually adopted and finessed by the Roman military to deal with deserting soldiers.
yeah. This is what cowards get. They get the elephant. And if you a funny clip maker on YouTube, you get the elephant stampede.
Wait, yeah, that almost happened to me. That was real funny.
Was you scared? Was it the most terrifying moment? No.
Imagine a lollipop about to step on you. You don't know what
Yeah,
it's like.
yeah.
It's
I
not.
know.
It don't feel real.
I ain't never almost been stampeded before. So
Vicky said, speaking of which, I'm supposed to have another past life experience this week. Yay, yay. You may misunderstand what I'm saying because I use Google Translate. Hi. Oh no, what did I do to get punished?
you didn't do anything, and you didn't get
You didn't do
punished.
anything to get unless you like it. I got elephants, I got necklaces, I
Yeah, we're
got
not. But we just here
Spanish
doing the death
tickler.
thing.
This is all gonna be it'll feel fine. You'll be
Yeah.
fine. Okay, next, the 5 pains. A form of Chinese capital
Oh yeah, the
punishment
five
is
pains. Yeah.
relatively easily concept to grasp. It starts with the victim's nose being cut off, then
Mm-hmm.
one hand,
Mm-hmm.
then one foot, and finally the
Yep.
victim is castrated and cut in half across the waist.
Yep.
What? Oh.
First they cut your stuff off, and then they cut you in half.
Inventor of this punishment, Li Si, a Chinese prime minister, was eventually tortured and then executed this way. I love that.
Yep.
He could have been on my inventors that died by their invention.
You literally do get what you deserve, don't you?
What the fuck? Why one hand and why one foot? Is it on the same side? Who gets to pick? Why the nose? What the hell? Can you live for a long time without your nose or something? Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. I mean, you
Is
don't
that where
actually
the
need the outside part of your
cut
nose.
off your nose despite your face comes from? It's like
Though I think that's a different origin entirely, but they cut off your nose to fuck up your face, and then they cut off
the
your hand and your
5
foot, and then they
pains.
cut
Oh,
off your
maybe it's
balls.
very painful.
Yeah. I mean, painful, but like these pains is going to get progressively worse as you go. So this is like the least painful thing we're going to do to you is cut off your nose. Your hand's going to hurt worse. Your foot's going to hurt worse than that. Then we're going to cut your balls off.
No, no, no,
And
no. The nose is gonna hurt and then shock. Period.
yeah,
I feel like, dude, I mean, whatever, dude. My nose is gone and I know how this ends. I heard about the other 4 pains.
yeah, no
Fuck.
shit.
Oh my god, that's awful. Chinese. Oy. I wouldn't.
Hmm.
I'm not. I would. Stay in America
They
where
got
we
they
don't do
got
that
even
shit.
they got a lot of terrible tortures over there in the east. A lot of terrible tortures. But most of the rest of this list is probably going to be out of the east. It's not going to be shit that we
I don't know.
Westerners would deem.
7 is a Colombian necktie. Number 6 is hanged, drawn, and quartered.
Oh my God, these are getting less brutal as we
All right,
go.
listen to this. The method of execution is one of the goriest, the Colombian necktie. The
Yeah.
victim's throat is slashed, often with a knife, and then, or really any sharp object, and then their tongue is pulled out through their open wound.
Hmm.
So imagine you come up on someone and you're like, "Oh my god, they're dead," but it's not just that. Their tongue is hanging out here.
Poke it out the throat hole.
Colombian necktie. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah.
I had never heard of this. Chat, please tell me you hadn't heard of this.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that's how it was executed, but I've heard of a Colombian necktie before. I just didn't know that's what it is.
Hmm. Of course.
Of course, Gohagen has like.
Okay. Hanged, drawn, and quartered. The penalty for high treason in England to be hanged, drawn, and quartered was a common occurrence during medieval times. Although it was abolished in 1814, this form of execution was responsible for hundreds, perhaps even thousands of deaths. The
Yeah.
process was as follows. First, the victim is dragged on a wooden frame, called a hurdle, to the place of the execution. Second, the victim is hanged by the neck for a short period of time until nearly dead.
Yeah.
Third, the disembowelment and castration occur, where afterward the entrails and genitalia are burned in front of the victim. That means that's what drawn means? God damn.
Yeah.
Finally, the blood is divided into four separate parts and the body is divided into four separate parts and beheaded, quartered.
Yep. Quartered. The original drawing and quartering involved using four horses, and they to be drawn would be to be tied to all of them, and to be quartered would be to have them pull you apart alive. Like you don't get
Like,
disemboweled and you don't get hung by the neck, but you do be torn limb from limb by wild beasts.
dude, that's fuck. They're like, oh, okay, is he almost dead? Almost dead?
I
Okay,
mean, once
kick
you
him off.
stop
Don't let him
kicking,
die.
that's when they take you down. Like, because they don't like hanging.
Disembowelment?
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
they cut you across the belly and take all your guts out, and you
What do you mean
and
by burned in front of the victim? Can you still see shit
burn.
when you're
You're
disemboweled and
you're
castrated?
yeah, you're still alive for
No
almost all
way.
of that. As long as
What
they
does a
don't take your
disembowelment
lung, your
even
heart,
mean?
they take out your entrails, your liver, your stomach, your intestines, your pancreas probably. Like you got like gutting
You cut open
deer.
and your organs are out, and you're telling me
Yeah.
I can still see shit?
Yep. They don't cut your eyes out. Oh no,
Aren't I dead? Don't I die from this?
nope.
I feel
You
like I
do
should
not
be
die
dead.
from this. This does not kill you, unfortunately. I mean, you might go into shock and die, but if you do, like, fuck, that wasn't
Mhm.
supposed to happen.
That's the fucking worst. Where was I? I might have lost the page I was just on. I got carried away. 15 brutal ways. Here it is. Whew, that was awful. Hang, drawn, and quartered. I don't want that. Cement shoes. Introduced by the American Mafia, this method of execution involves placing the victim's feet inside of cinder blocks and then filling them with wet cement and then throwing him or her into the water. This form of execution is still practiced today and even created the term someone who sleeps with the fishes
Yep.
as a euphemism for the dead.
It's better to use a 5 gallon bucket than it is to use cinder blocks. Just saying. You fill
Why?
that 5 gallon bucket and you get that's a nice big heavy block of cement because sometimes the cement shoes crumble over time and then bodies resurface and you don't want that shit
Mm.
coming back up. You put a nice fucking 150, 200 pound cement block at the bottom of the lake, they ain't never finding that shit.
Dude, if we find out one day that you killed somebody and threw their body in Lake Michigan or some shit, we're gonna be like, dude, play back that fucking podcast. He fucking talked about it. I hope it's true. I hope it's not
Allegedly.
true, but if it is true, I'm
Allegedly.
stoked it's happening here. Can you say anything else?
Allegedly.
I'm just kidding. Okay, let's keep going. That was fucking dumb. Cement shoes 5 on this list.
Yeah,
Some of the
I
other
mean,
shits was worse than this.
drowning is really
Guillotine.
not drowning is really not a terrible way to go from what I hear.
Neither is guillotine.
Yeah.
Drowning's not a terrible way to go. Oh my
I hear
god,
it's
hold your breath. Hold your breath right now.
you'll pass out. That's all
No,
that's
dude,
gonna happen.
you'll fucking die and hate yourself and let go. You're not gonna pass out. It's gonna be so painful, you're just gonna not.
I have held my breath before. You just pass out and then you regain
Were you
consciousness
that kid?
once you
Did you
start
do that when
breathing
you were
again.
little?
No, me and my stupid friends used to take fucking big ass bong rips, and then we would basically pinch off the oxygen, like the blood flow to the brain by pinching off the carotid, and put each other to sleep with a big old rip in our lungs. And yeah, that's how dumb we were when we were kids. A grab hit.
I'm
It
dying. I'm fucking dying at this list.
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Can you see it?
I could
Guillotine
see
is number
cement
4.
shoes. Yeah, it
Really?
hasn't scrolled
Chat, can you
yet.
tell me what you see? Because I've been on Guillotine for a minute. I don't know why it hasn't scrolled. I'm at the switch page. I don't know what the hell is happening. Even on my StreamYard, I see Guillotine. So I'm very much lagging.
Yeah, I see cement shoes, and I don't even see the cement shoes description. I'd see it. That's at the bottom. So whatever was above cement shoes is the gas chamber. Guillotine. There we go. Now it's there.
Yeah, you just had to go back up to a different page and then reshare this one. That's crazy. I don't know what this shit is happening. I wonder how often that happens and nobody would know because I don't usually describe every part of the page. Okay, so check it out. Guillotine is here.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what number 3 is. Republican
Republican
marriage?
marriage. I don't disagree. I would hate to be married like some Republicans. Read what is a
It's
Republican
about
marriage.
drowning them. It involved tying two naked people, a male and a female, usually of similar age, and drowning them.
Oh dear goodness.
Oh my god, that is so
I,
funny.
I
So
feel
many
like
jokes
I
can be
feel
made
like
out
I
of this
feel like
now.
being actually married is much worse than being
It's
Republican
exactly the
married.
same. You're tied to each other drowning.
I
I'm
mean,
just kidding.
Jesus's preferred method of execution only got number 2 on the list, and they did
Crucifixion, yeah.
Jesus this
A
way.
crucifixion is supposed to be really painful, like, you wanna push up so that you're not
Yeah,
drowning in your
yeah.
whatever. Oh my shit, look at that number 1.
I
Can you
can't
see the
see it
brazen bull?
yet.
You
No,
can't?
but
Oh my
I'm
shit.
not surprised that the Brazen Bull is number 1. Like that's a really fucking awful. Because you're not just being burned at the stake, you're being slow roasted in a big ass
Screaming.
brass bull. Yeah, you're screaming for sure.
The bowl was designed so that the screams of the victim would come out sounding musical for the enjoyment of the executioner.
Yep.
Naturally enough, the inventor of this form of punishment ended up being executed inside the bowl, which was all too predictable. That is how every invention should end, by killing the fucker
Yeah.
who made it, or whatever. If
Yeah.
it's a death device, it should.
Yeah. Oppie should have been nuked.
Who?
J. Robert Oppenheimer, the
Oh,
head of the Manhattan Project.
well, I don't know. That's probably not even a controversial opinion.
That's probably not.
That's what a gas chamber looks like. Have you seen one of these before?
Uh, I've seen not that one, but different variations. They did.
Whoa, this says as of 2018, 7 US states, Alabama, Arizona, California, Mississippi, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Wyoming still legally allow execution via the gas chamber.
Yeah. It's the third. I mean, second most popular now that electrocution has fallen out of favor, but
It's so messed up that there's so many viewing windows. Like, couldn't there just be one? Why does everyone have to watch?
because everyone came to watch.
I guess. There it is, the beheading. Have you ever seen this in real life? Well, not in real life, but like on video.
A
Can you?
beheading?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen videos that were allegedly beheadings.
Allegedly, they didn't look real, or
I mean, they were cut videos, so
cut
I
video.
wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say they
So
look
you've
real.
never actually seen a beheading that you think is real?
No.
Oh my god, I wonder if that's because, like, why? It seems like you're not that much younger than me. You should have had access to the internet when they were showing us that shit.
I did.
So you have seen it?
No. I had access to the internet. I didn't.
Oh, I mean, it's one of those things you don't get to unsee, but
Yeah, that's why I
surprised
didn't
you.
go. That's why I didn't go looking for it. Cause
Okay, well, my roommate showed me at first. He's
okay,
Colombian, so
then.
he thought it was normal. Hold on a second, my dog's having a conniption fit. You want to talk
If
to
you're
the cat about me
Colombian, if you're
or
Colombian, it probably is normal.
oh, I have to click through this? This sucks.
I mean,
Oh no, what has happened? I went to the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna just be
oh
done with
my
that.
goodness.
I was gonna let my dog up, but he just gave up right after I was gonna do it. Sucker. Now I know to
I
wait longer.
mean, yeah.
I showed you the first execution. I'm just going through all these tabs and make sure that we've done everything before
Hmm.
we actually leave. I did it. We've been going for 2 hours. Cool Frog is
Yeah.
going.
Yep. We have covered more than 10 ways that the state can kill you. And we haven't even gotten into being Jeffrey Epstein. We can't leave without talking about Jeffrey Epstein because roses are red, the elf on the shelf. Jeff Epstein ain't kill himself. There's no way. Steven Crowder debunked it live.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He
Did you
didn't.
not see? Did you not see that? I thought it
I
was pretty convincing.
yeah, well, watch it again now that. Well, are you still fuck with him?
I mean, not really, but
I don't know about this Epstein. What are we doing with him?
uh, the manner in which he did the suicide, the
Oh shit.
suicide that it was impossible to do the suicide that method that they described because we've seen a guy try to do it.
One of the survivors who testified against Ghislaine is
Oh,
dead. Testified
big
against
surprise.
Ghislaine Maxwell in her sex trafficking minors trial has died of an accidental overdose. Caroline,
Uh-huh.
36, was found dead in a hotel in West Palm Beach, Florida on May 23rd, according to the police department. Oh, they were all pretty fucked up after their life. They don't think
Yeah,
during
I
they
mean,
kind of tried to make them seem like shit people during the case
well,
because
that's
of
what the
they're
defense
like,
is
well,
going to
what the
try to
fuck?
do,
I have a lot of coping that I need to do.
right? The defense is going to do everything they
Methadone,
can to
fentanyl,
discredit.
yeah, and or something.
Ooh,
Alprazolam.
I don't even know what that is.
She testified in 2021 that she had been addicted to pain pills and cocaine and that she had taken them to block out Epstein's sexual abuse. For 4 years, Epstein had abused her in his Palm Beach mansion starting in 2021 when she was 14 years old. This is one of the cases that Good Logic covered while it was live because it was federal. So he just had to report what happened after the fact because we couldn't see it. And some of these testimonies from these witnesses in particular,
Oh,
I bet hers is one of them, or what made him like tear up after the fact because it was really fucked up. Like
you
they
know
can't
what
believe it still.
alprazolam is?
Mm-mm.
It's Xanax.
Ooh,
Fentanyl, Xanax, and methadone? Yeah, you're gonna die.
you might die.
You might could get the dead from that. Don't mix the Xanax with the methadone with fentanyl.
When was this one?
It's funny that I didn't know that because I used to know a whole bunch of people who were hooked on bars. Yet I didn't know it was alprazolam.
Okay. Well, is that like the street version of Xanax or what?
It's the generic version of Xanax. Xanax is a name brand. Like
Okay.
Vicodin is a name brand for oxycodone, I think. And Tylenol is a name brand for acetaminophen. It's just the generic substance.
Oh. didn't actually read this. Oh, this is Cruel and Unusual Solitary. Never mind. That's not something we need to read. Booyah. So there is one last thing that I still have up.
Okay.
And I wonder if we should just do it another time since we're at 2 hours. It is
Yeah.
8 PM. That's 11 for you. But
Yep.
there's this guy. He is an ex-Satanist. Have you ever heard of him? He's called something Ramirez. Hold on, let's see if they say. Ex-Satanist. Dun, 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 dun. Did they say his name? I don't really remember his name, but I'm pretty sure his last name is Ramirez. And he was like actively the guy was like cursing neighborhoods and fucking with people because he understands like Satanism for real. But
Yeah.
something happened. I don't exactly remember. We'd have to
I
hear
think
his story.
this is about to be its own stream, and 2 hours
Yeah.
in is probably not where we start this.
Well, this
But
one is only this video. Hold on, let
yeah.
me click it because it's
How to set up a doorbell
never
camera for
mind.
free in just 30 seconds without an
This I think it's like a 6-minute video. We don't have to watch it, but it could be its own stream. Well,
Yeah,
and
we could add more to that and make it
well,
stream.
it's called Why This Ex-Satanist Says Halloween is a Bad Idea.
Oh,
Today is the 19th. It will be timely for another week.
it really will.
So
You want to come back and do
possibly
another one of these? I mean, you got cooler friends than me, but I like hanging out with
Monday,
you.
Tuesday, I'm busy. Wednesday, you.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't do it this next Thursday, we could possibly do the Satan thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be basically the last time. I feel like something's going on. Well, maybe not. Although, if I don't have anything to talk about on Monday, maybe I'll just do this on Monday and force Nova to do some Jesus speak with me.
I mean, it's your show. You run it however you like.
Yeah, because this is super interesting, and it's why he thinks I don't think I've actually heard him say why Halloween is a bad idea. I was introduced to him a different way and was hearing more like how he cursed neighborhoods and how just like how it works because there's not a lot of people who are not who do it and talk about it. And he loved Jesus now, so
I mean, Jesus forgive him.
so that's it.
Well, that was fun.
Was it? I had fun. I didn't get to eat my Twinkie.
I mean, that's probably one of the ways the state gonna kill you. Your Twinkies and your rock stars.
The rocks are on the Twinkie.
Yeah.
These is 2 of the deadly sins.
These are two of the settled deaths.
You might be right, actually. I don't care.
I mean,
I'd rather die, with my like rock star and Twinkie than not.
yeah. Like I'm gonna die eventually. I might as well enjoy it while I'm here. That's my theory on shit too.
Yeah. I used to smoke cigarettes years ago, and
I
I
can't
used to.
imagine you as a smoker. I mean, beyond a Mary Jane.
I was gonna say, yeah, I smoke a lot. But shit, what was I gonna say about that? Damn it, it's gone.
Well, we was talking about death, so.
Oh yeah. If I was around somebody, they'd be like, "Oh, that's gonna kill you." I would be like, "You're just jealous because I know how I'm gonna die." I mean, there's a long list of shit that's probably gonna take me out with cigarettes, but that's all. It's just.
I mean, I used to tell people it's probably gonna kill you too, but not in the way you think.
The secondhand smoke?
Nah, you lecturing me about my smoking.
Oh, you're gonna kill somebody?
I mean, how far do you want to take this?
All the way. Hey, I've got a question. Do you think that the electric chair is cruel or unusual?
I think it's too unreliable to be considered humane. So If it's inhumane, it's going to be falling into the realm of cruel and unusual. It probably works most of the time the way it's intended, but the times that it doesn't is really kind of fucked. Like, you didn't bring up those pictures of what is his name, Alan Davis, the
Let me.
dude.
I'll look.
These like this is a real image to leave the audience on. That this was a botched electrocution. I think it was Alan Davis.
Hopefully, because that's what I'm googling. Alan Lee
Yeah.
Davis was executed in
Yep.
1989.
Yep. Look up the images on that. They are gruesome.
Dude, look at all those cameras.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let me. I don't find any. Did they? Is he? Hold on. Was he a white man?
Yeah.
Let's see.
You got your safe search on, don't you?
I must. Okay. Last time I did this, it was all bad.
Yeah. Just ain't gonna be good either. Just gonna be all bad.
They're not showing. Oh. It doesn't even look dead. There's a whole section called electric chair aftermath. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Why? Hold on. Let me click.
He's one of the worst cases that I've seen.
You have? Well, maybe this
Oh.
isn't him then, because this one's bad, but it's not that bad.
I mean,
Hold on. Let me keep looking.
it's pretty bad.
Alan Lee Davis. Did you watch a video of it, or did you just see him afterwards? Does he have a thing around his neck?
I mean, in some of these pictures he does that big leather strap. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you see the one where they're just taking the hood off?
Yeah.
Or with the leather strap around his face? Like,
I gotta find where these pictures actually are. Okay, chat.
I can send you. Hold on, check your Twitter.
No, but share screen. So this is what an actual electric chair looks like.
Yep.
Oh my god, antiquated. Can you see this? Am I sharing it?
Yep, you are.
Okay, good. Can I skip through these pictures? There's Guy with his painful no death and all the blood.
Yeah. If this is a pain-free method of action, why is he bleeding so much? Like out of his face.
Yeah, like because it came out his nose. So
Yeah.
that is, oh god damn. I guess that probably makes sense, right? Like the blood has to go somewhere since it's not pumping around. It just gets released, or is that not a thing?
I am not an expert on this shit. So.
Just guess. Who cares? All my co-hosts have to be 100% experts. If you could just
100% certain. I'm 100% certain that thing that they strapped over his face, like when the electricity kicked in, he probably bled himself by slamming against that. Because that looks like an anti-bite mask on his face.
Yikes. These people are all about to watch someone die, or maybe he already died. This does not seem like an electric chair. Look at this room that it's in. Like, what?
Yeah. It's an electric chair. I mean, the chair is the chair. Like, the electric is all attached to you externally.
Oh.
That's just a restraint chair, and then they put all the electrodes on you. They're not part of the chair. The chair is just to keep you in place while you get the zap.
Damn. I guess I always thought I don't know
The
why I
chair
got the
was
chair
electric?
with it. Well,
No,
they call it the electric chair. They fooled
yeah, I
me.
mean, it's because they tie you in a chair and then electrocute your ass.
Damn.
Oh my God, they
Yeah.
talking about banning lethal injection and bringing back the electric chair. No, no, man, do the guillotine if you're gonna kill people. Make it make sense. I don't care about the damn observers. You shouldn't be watching this if you can't stomach it. Like, it's got to be humane for the person getting the dead, not the fucking people watching.
Heidi, which is oh, I
Which
was
is
supposed to
corner or
jump in.
something. Oh, her and Vicky are having a conversation by the look of it.
Heidi says, I was told I was a Nazi. It was not what I was expecting to hear at all.
I mean, welcome to the Nazis.
Oh, Vicky said, whoa, Heidi, have you ever thought about watching some old footage to see if you recognize yourself? When I see those kids recognize themselves, I'm like, fuck out of
Mm-hmm.
here. It's your
Yeah.
soul, right? Your face wouldn't look the same, but because you think you could
No,
recognize what you think you can recognize your soul? Like, do you
I
think
don't.
there's an aura about yourself that you
I
can be like,
don't
something
think
about
you
this
can.
person?
I don't think you can see your soul in a photograph. That doesn't seem like a photograph has a soul, but
I
I
think,
don't know. I've never recognized myself from a past life before. At least not that I remember as an adult now. Maybe when I was a kid, I was like, oh, that was me in a past life. I was Batman.
do you think you had past lives?
Not that I'm aware of.
Has anyone ever said you're an old soul?
Yes, I've heard that many times forever. Basically, since I was like 12, I've been hearing that shit.
Since you were 12.
Like, I have an old soul, but I have an immature sense of humor.
PB, some believe the aura does not change over the course of multiple lives. That's what I was curious about. Let's
Yeah.
see. So, yeah.
I
Would you
would
believe in
assume
that?
if your soul's being reincarnated, it's basically being recycled into a new meat suit, and that meat suit's probably not going to look like the old meat suit, but the energy inside will be the same.
Like I said, you
I'm
guys
not
ever
saying.
see the Reddit post by a guy who said he worked on that island where he was saying it was his last post because of what he did? What? You know anything
Nah,
about Epstein Island?
I don't know. Like, it's still shrouded in mystery to me. Like, I was because I've been watching like these mega yacht tours. They've been suggesting like mega mansion tours, and I saw one that was like $216 million private island mansion. I'm like, oh, please tell me this is an Epstein Island, and it wasn't. And I was like, oh, disappointment.
You want to buy it and see if you can get to the underground swimming pools?
I mean, I hear it's vacant and available.
Vacant.
I
I mean,
I hear the former owner is no longer using the place.
these are the rumors.
I'm assuming somebody else has already snatched it up by now. Like the people involved in this don't want that place being seen by someone who's not in their circles. Like it was already spoken for before he was even dead. We should look that up. Who owns Epstein Island now?
Who owns it now?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he have an estate? Who owns Epstein Island now? So somebody's already won it.
Steven Dekoff, founder of private equity firm Black Diamond Capital Management, has purchased the two islands for $60 million, less than half of their initial asking price of $125 million. And this was May of 2023 this year.
Plans to create a resort.
I mean, them islands is too pretty to be having all to yourself.
If you're rich, though, you would kind of want to get away from people, maybe.
I can't
It has
believe
a
when he.
gas station?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Wouldn't you have a gas station on your private island? Like, how are you gonna fuel up all
Seems
your
hard to
stuff?
have. I guess not. Okay.
I mean, I guess if you could have a private island, other things are probably much easier to obtain.
It says under a $105 million settlement reached last December, the U.S. Virgin Island government is due to receive half of the proceeds from the sale of Little St. James and use the money to establish a trust fund supporting service and counseling for victims of sexual abuse and human trafficking. Pretty dope.
Huh. In 1998, a company called LSJ LLC purchased Little St. James for $7.9 million. That's
How
it.
many?
7.9
In
million.
what year?
98.
And now it was bought for how much?
60 million. Which was less than half of the asking price of 125 million.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. Some believe the aura doesn't change, or at least does not change enough that it's not recognizable. I wish I could see auras. Do you think everyone probably can, but we got freaked out as babies and stuff doing it or something?
I'm pretty sure you can taste auras if he has attuned to it.
That sounds awful. What would it taste like?
I mean, depends.
On what?
I mean, depends on who you're looking at. If you're looking at Joe Biden, depends.
It
Your
tastes like
aura tastes
actual
like,
depends.
yeah.
Disgusting. I had to delete what I was saying so I could respond, Vicky. I have not done that, but when I was younger, I used to meditate and had a counselor, not a doctor, teach me to see auras along with biofeed. Hold on.
Okay.
Whoa, Heidi.
We're
Have you ever thought
going down
about
a
watching
rabbit
some
hole.
old... Okay, I already saw that. Okay. Maybe I should have a stream with them. Listen, I have a proposition, you guys.
Heidi and
PB.
Vicky
Huh?
and PB. Heidi, Vicky, and
No.
PB.
It's a lot. It's proposition for... It's an umbrella proposition. PB, the other night in Frog's chat, mentioned this program, which was the Rumble Small Creators
Oh, yeah.
program.
It's actually
I should look it
posted
up.
in one of your comments on, I think, the last video you did with Nova. It's in your comment section. I was looking at
Mhm.
one of your videos and I'm like, oh, the links and everything for that program are right there in your comments. That's cool. I don't think it's this stream. I think it was the stream before this one.
Yeah.
The one with the sister said. Yeah.
I guess I could try to go there and find it. But either way, there's this program. And if you get accepted, which they're only accepting 50 people, you have to start creating you have to create 5 days a week, 2 hours per stream. So what I was going to say is, if that happens, if they select us, which just say a little prayer if it's in God's will, let's hopefully that happens.
Please, Jesus.
That means I'll have to do Monday, Tuesday. I'm already doing Thursday pretty regularly.
Regularly, yeah.
So then I would have to add a Wednesday, Friday show. So I would need some of my awesome, dope friends, at least maybe one of those days to hang out with me. I could probably wing it on one night.
I
But
mean, I'm pretty
it's a
sure
lot.
you could get some of your awesome friends to come hang out with you every night of the week. Like, just be like, hey, I'm doing a show where I
Or
need
during
someone
the
to hang out
day.
with me. Yeah.
What I'll probably do is, because I do Monday, Tuesday during the day, Thursday at night, maybe, I mean, morning for me, and then at night for me. Maybe I'll figure out something in the morning for those other 2 days. And then if nothing else, I'll have analytics to look at, which is when like I can get an audience, for my type of
Right.
shit.
I don't know.
And
You always seem to have a pretty decent audience. What do you got right now?
I don't know, I can't see it.
28
Oh,
watching.
hey.
If you're new and you're just watching hit the follow button. Don't get her over 1,000 or she won't be eligible for this.
2,000.
Oh, was it 2,000?
I
I thought it
think.
was 1,000.
I think
I
it's
thought it was 50
2,000.
and 1,000.
Is it 15 1,000?
I think that's what you said to me when you were.
I might have just been repeating. I was guessing from what she wrote in chat. It's 30 days, 5 days a week, 2-hour streams, more than 50 subs, less than 2,000, I think. And you have to share it on social media. So if you see
Yeah.
me sharing shit on social media, my socials, that's
Retweet
why. I
it.
usually don't, but I'm gonna start.
Retweet that shit.
Yeah, retweeting and sharing,
Instagram
like, that's the best way to do it. Rumble rants are dope, obviously, but for my end of it, it's actually I couldn't pay if you guys were to just send this to yourself, like say share and then send it to your own phone, I couldn't pay enough for that. Like that type of interaction is now if you only want to
The
send me your money,
platforms are
I will
really.
take that. I would appreciate that, but
The
it's
platforms really
actually
love that.
yeah, that showing the algorithm and the platform that this is something that you come back to, that you're interested in, that you're willing to share, that you put
That
on
you want to
social.
tell your
Those are
friends
the
about.
things that
Yeah.
are valuable to them,
I
which
don't
in
know
turn make
how.
me more valuable. So
I don't know how helpful that is on the Rumble side, but I know that's
it is.
huge in the YouTube
Yeah,
algorithm.
it's definitely a big deal.
Oh shit, we missed the twins again. Cheers, you all. I noticed that because we had 220 on the stream live, and we was
Cheers.
live 1 minute.
All right. We're going to go over to Frogs. Let me pull up his link so I can put it in my chat.
I mean, she says we, but
You're not going?
I mean, I'm gonna go, but I don't know who. You, oh, you and me, yeah, we're gonna go. The rest of y'all should come too, but if you don't, I understand. Like the news be depressing lately.
It is kind of depressing over there. But what we did last time is I tried to derail it like a damn chemical train in the U.S.
Like East Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
I
It didn't work.
mean,
He didn't went straight back
like
to it after about 10 minutes.
like Israel versus Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna keep fighting for it.
Can you see our background? How do I move us out of the way? Oh, I know.
That worked.
Oh, hell. That's us sitting in what I tried to get the AI to do was do electric chairs, which they wouldn't. So I said
Yeah.
chairs getting struck by lightning. Again, they wouldn't do it. So electric chairs on fire, which turned out to be actually what they do. So there's that.
Yeah. Light people on fire.
Ropes they wouldn't do. Hospital IVs in our arms they wouldn't do. There's
Nope.
stones at the bottom you can't really see. We're technically in a gas chamber and we're getting burned by fire.
I'm wearing Bob Barker sandals. I'm pretty sure.
Except for being beheaded. Firing squad they definitely wouldn't fucking do. They had no part of that. But most of the ways that the state can kill you are kind of represented in our background picture there. So
Yep.
be careful. It's sanctioned, and most of your friends and family probably agree with it.
Yeah.
And that's fucked.
And if you happen to live in Idaho, don't get yeah. You don't get the firing squad, please.
Yeah, what was the other one? Oh, hanging. They still hang in Alabama?
Delaware, Washington State, New Hampshire.
That's
They
fucked
don't
up.
do it in Alabama. They do all the other four in Alabama. They don't do hanging. It's only Delaware and Washington and New Hampshire, which I think is a weird. That's a weird line for those particular states to take. I know New Hampshire is like super like based, and Vermont is like damn near communist, and they're right next to each other. But they have the Free State Project in New Hampshire. They don't fuck around. I'm surprised that you live in a death penalty state when I do not.
Our governor has said he wouldn't do it, or whoever does the rules, they say they won't do it right now while they're in charge. So we're fine.
Yeah, I mean, for now, but wait till the governated gets control again.
It's never gonna happen. They'll never do it again here. They made it like it used to be a felony to do sex with somebody if they had
Yeah.
if you had AIDS.
HIV. You're
Yeah.
knowingly spreading it, yes. It used to be a
Yeah,
felony,
that's
and now it's
that's
not
anymore.
even. Yeah, it's not.
You don't even gotta
Which
tell
it.
nobody.
I mean, that's attempted murder every time you do it. So.
That's not true anymore because do you know why?
Because of antiviral drugs that'll keep you alive, but they're also prohibitively
Right.
expensive, and
Are
you
they?
will be dependent on them forever.
Well, yeah, you have to stay on them to remain undetectable or something like that. At least PrEP.
And you'll still die of it eventually. Eventually, the drugs won't save you any further. But you're still gonna die of something eventually anyway. So.
Well, that's the thing. It's the low immune system that actually kills you. So it's
Yeah.
probably you're gonna be fine, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's to keep your viral load down, which attacks your T cells, which is what kills your immune system, which is why you die of AIDS and not HIV. Because it attacks your white blood cells, literally. But if you keep the viral load down, then it can't do as much damage to your white blood cells. It'll extend your life out. But you're still going to die eventually.
That happens. Just don't let the state do it.
Don't let the state get you, guys. Like, always wear a condom.
It's arbitrary. That's the thing. Like in certain states, they're like, "Oh, you rape somebody, you can die." Another state, they're like, "Well, you didn't kill enough people, you're not gonna die." You're like, "Fuck, dude."
Actually, I don't think a death sentence has ever been metered out for a rape charge in the history of this country. However, that being said, Florida just did a thing where they passed a law that if you do the raping of the children, you is eligible now for the death penalty. Like you had like from what I heard before, you literally had to do the murder to like and the murder by a very grotesque murder in fashion to get the death penalty in most places.
Patrick
Like,
O'Neill Kennedy, December 13th, 1964, a man from Harvey, Louisiana, in Greater New Orleans, was sentenced to death after being convicted of raping and sodomizing his 8-year-old stepdaughter.
Huh. 8-year-old stepdaughter. Yeah. Story checks out. That's not a garden variety rape. That's a
Odysseus Sandgar
pedophile.
Court hands down death sentences to man for minors rape 28 minutes ago. Child rapists could face death penalty under Florida law.
They
Homeless
just
man is
passed
charged with
that.
capital murder and rape and death of a 5-year-old girl. Oh, that's a death also. That matters. Did the other one say death? No, just sodomy.
No, sodomy, yeah, which, yeah.
The Georgia court has set aside one, leaving 5 death sentences for rape intact from among all the rape convictions obtained since Furman. So you was wrong. We'll just say that.
We're just gonna go with you was wrong, Mr. Hideous.
We're Cayanova after this. You better watch out. We better end this show before you get a title you
Swear
ain't never
to
gonna
God.
say.
No,
Hey, General made it to the chat. Good to see you.
Memento Mori.
It's Memento, yeah.
I don't know who Banned by Creator is, but they sound like my kind of person. Because I'd be banned by Creator a fucking lot.
Yeah.
More so than the average Rumble user.
You've been banned on Rumble?
I'm not going to tell you what creators banned me, but you probably, with a little bit of thinking, can figure out at least one of them.
Most of them.
Yeah, probably all of them.
Well,
I mean, yeah, I've been banned by Creator. It happened. I was even unbanned by one of them.
On Rumble?
Yeah.
You've already been banned and unbanned on this platform? Well done.
Uh-huh. Well, when I tell you what creator did it, you'll be like, oh, duh.
I mean, is it not going to be interesting? I can't see if anyone has liked this video, but if you could, that would be so dope.
I'll go like it and see how many likes there are. Because I
do that.
Liked it like last night or something.
Yo.
13.
Maybe you should try it again. 13 likes?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, so usually I think the most I ever got was 17 likes. So it's only a 2.5-hour video. If you made it to the end of this video, in the comment section, you could write what should we build? What should we write?
Humane or inhumane on the electric chair. Let's get everybody's
Don't you think somebody might accidentally already say that?
Well, they might,
but
I
they
mean,
made it to the 2.5-hour mark.
Okay. Then you've got a good point.
How about you say, Hideous don't know shit about death penalty and rape?
I don't know if that's what I would put, but
Oh, well,
this your channel.
you
You do
want
it
to
how
know
you
shit
want.
about either of them two things?
I mean, not particularly. No.
Then that's all right.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I don't know nothing about rape or the death penalty because I don't be getting either of these things.
Well, yesterday, Mr. Hideous. Okay, I have an idea. In
Hmm.
chat, right? I just subbed to Darth Hideous.
In the
And now
comments section.
that's what I meant to
Mhm.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in you say it in chat. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
But that way, anybody else who's here will think, oh my God, whoever this is, he must be super cool. And they'll come into this with a bias of thinking you're dope and wanting to subscribe to your channel, which is at Darth Hideous. Is that what it is here on Rumble?
I mean, yeah, it's Darth Hideous on Rumble.
Yay. And you just did your first live stream, but there
I
are other
did.
videos on Rumble because your Rumble mirrors your YouTube. Am I right?
Yep. Yes, I
All
did
right,
mirror
cool.
my YouTube over here. So most of my content is from the YouTube, but be looking for a lot more live streams where I can have a lot more fun with my opinions on certain topics on Rumble, and of course I can do like I did yesterday and just do the best music because I got the best taste in music. These are facts, and my audience also has the best taste in music, so they also be requesting dope shit. These are facts. And yeah, I mean, it's a party over at my channel. Fuck it.
Yeah. And it would be so dope. I think what you should do is go live every night. Maybe not tonight because I
Every
risked
night, yeah.
earlier evening, but like then
Mhm.
the next maybe like a little earlier than Frog does, so you can like lead into
Yeah.
his show. But if you could figure out how to get 50 subs
Uh-huh.
before that Rumble thing is over, maybe you could get selected and be in the Rumble program.
I mean, I like your chances a lot better than mine just
I
because you
forgot to
do a
tell
produced
you,
show.
at the end of the 30 days, you get paid. It was either
Five hundred
300,
dollars.
was it 5?
You said $500. Yeah.
It's $500 then. That's a lot of
Yeah.
money for just doing your channel.
Yeah. Just for just hanging out on a live
Like, I do it
stream.
for nothing in
Yeah. I
general, bro.
that's what I do it for. I got a Rumble rant on my stream yesterday.
Yeah,
I was quite
that's
surprised
the
by
thing,
that.
right? That's the thing about Rumble is immediately, as soon as
Yeah.
you're
I was
able
about
to
to say.
stream, which is like 25 or 20
Oh
subs or
no,
some
they
shit.
changed that.
They did?
I looked because I wanted to know if I had enough to do a live stream.
Mhm.
Any eligible channel has 5 followers. 5.
5. Wow, that's
So if
really
you can
hard.
get your immediate family to sign up to watch your Rumble channel, you can go ahead and stream and
That's what
you
I was
instant monetize. Like I hadn't even thought about monetization because like I first stream and then all of a sudden I got a Rumble rant. It's like, damn, I didn't even opt into this. It's just automatic.
Mhm. Super, super cool. Yeah, you earn money right away with Rumble if
Yep.
people are willing to support you, which is kind of dope. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a lot, but if I had a lot of clicks, it would be a lot because on YouTube, my RPMs, which isn't the right thing to say, but it's something about
Yeah.
CPMs or whatever, something about the
Yeah,
click
it's CPM. Yeah.
is like $4 over there. Here, it's $19. So if I could just get some of the C's and P's and M's, I'd be so rich, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
so rich.
I mean, you list all your streams as Rumble exclusive, right?
What do you mean by that? No?
I mean, there's a different licensing when you do
Oh, yeah, I think
yeah,
so. Probably. I don't really know.
because those are like monetized eligible. Like if you do the personal license, it's not monetizable.
I don't know. Now I don't know.
Well, you might want to check. You might be missing out on ad revenue that you ain't getting.
I made $100 from Rumble.
You made $100 already? You're gonna be rich.
I'm so rich. Might as well retire actually while I'm ahead.
I mean, you're gonna be famous too, so
I'd rather be rich.
yeah, me too.
A rich woman north of Tijuana.
Yeah, rich
What do you
woman
think
north
of
of
lesbian
Mexico.
sex? What do you think about it?
I mean, I don't get to participate, so I don't really have too many thoughts on it.
Yeah, same. I'm with him. I don't do that, so I'm not really sure about it. I mean, I'm glad if they found a way.
It's uh, I would probably be more pro lesbian sex than I would pro gay sex, but when you look at lesbians in porn and you look at lesbians in real life, that's not the same thing. If these lesbians in porn is hot and they're not actually lesbians, they just doing the lesbian sex. But if you look at lesbians in real life, ugh, gross. Get them away from me. They look like Megan Rapinoe from the sports ball, the soccer team.
She's not bad.
No,
Well, mm,
she in decent shape, but she ugly. Like if she looked like she fell out of the ugly tree, got hit by every branch on the way down, and then somebody had accidentally hit a ugly tree with a chainsaw and it fell on top of her and crushed her.
yeah, and an ugly bird shit out of the ugly tree, and
Yeah,
ugly shit hit on ugly face.
yeah, that's how she got did by the ugly. She like I mean,
She ain't gonna recover very soon from any of that.
you got a fit body, but can we put a bag over your head or
Body of a
something?
goddess, face from hell.
Yeah, I mean,
This is
well,
rude. We should have hung up already.
did we miss all the frog show by just continuing to hang out after the show was over?
What? No way. Frog show never ends. It's like a 24-hour party over there.
I mean, I noticed he been like trying to get through the show and get out quicker.
He's got a man cold.
A man cold?
I mean, he being a bitch about having a runny nose.
Oh my goodness.
I'm serious. I think that's technical. The man flu. Yeah, I'm gonna look it
Mhm.
up because it's real.
The mangina?
Mm-hmm. Those are facts. No, but we can take off. Thank you for
I
hanging out
mean,
with us.
yeah.
Fuck Cornball said, but bipolar. I mean bipolar. I glanced over you and got lost my train of thought. Just kidding. Bi people are just greedy. Right.
Mm,
I mean, are they? They're just open-minded is all.
yeah.
That's all banned by creator wanted to say. He's trying to get. What do you think about it? Banned by creator.
I mean, if you're coming to try to like shock or disturb the creator, you came to the absolute wrong place.
Yeah, we here because we banned everywhere else.
Yeah. This is where the banned by creator people hang out.
Yeah, that's what that Rumble meant.
Hmm.
So, someone asked me, I think it was Nova. He asked me what a dating app was for. It was there's a dating app where they do it's actually for sex. Do you know what it's called?
Tinder. Yeah. I
Okay.
was there for that.
Okay. So he's like, "What do you think Tinder is?" I'm like, "It's a dating site." He's like, "It's a sex site."
And
I'm like,
yeah.
"What?" But Locals, if you would
Hmm.
ask me, I would say is a dating site, but it's a social
Well,
site. Why don't
actually,
you
the
name
way
it?
Locals was originally pitched, it was supposed to be an alternative to a payment supporter site. Patreon was starting to deplatform people
Mm,
from like Locals was born as an
I
alternative to
remember that.
Patreon. Yeah. So it's supposed to be like a creator supporter site. They added more features than Patreon ever had, and that's how it became Locals. But yeah, it was never supposed to be a dating site. It was always supposed to
Why
be a Patreon
Locals? No, the
alternative.
name though.
The
Why
name, because
Locals?
Dave Rubin is fucking gay. That's why. Dave
That's
Rubin
why.
founded it. He's really flamboyantly gay, and yeah, it sounds like a gay bar.
It might
Memento
be in
Mori
disguise now that you told me
ain't
that little
wrong.
piece of information.
Yeah, but it literally didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, that's the other thing Frog was right about this morning is the
But
Facebook started as a damn dating site.
yeah, that I heard. I had no idea about that. So
That's weird. I
this,
don't know. And did you Google it or you just let him pretend he's right? I'm Googling right now.
I mean, I let him pretend he's right because someone else confirmed. I think so.
Squaw Bob, he's 1,000 years old.
I think it was Vicky that was confirmed though.
Okay, well then she might be right.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like if Vicky says it.
Facebook dating. Facebook dating arrives for top list of dating. I googled Facebook dating site origin.
The original purpose of Facebook, or the Facebook as it was known then, was to allow Harvard students to use their .edu email addresses and photos to connect with other students at the school. So it was designed to be a basically social network
Locals.
for Harvard.
Yeah, that's not dating.
That's not dating, stupid. Like,
They said they'd use it to hook up with the freshmen because they're pervs, but that's not the same
yeah,
thing as
I
being
mean,
right. You could have called him on
yeah,
this for 8
I
hours
could have.
ago.
I could have.
Look how easy that was.
But we
TFN network,
debunked him.
COVID, 9/11, immigration, media, porn, banks, communism, judicial, ... I don't want to click on any of that. So give
No.
me more one words and see if you can get me there. I don't know what GTV flyers means, but it doesn't sound dope. Can you see T and
What are
F
you?
net chat? Can you see T and F networks?
TFN network, COVID 9/11, immigration,
Does
media, porn, banks,
it have an
communism.
icon?
No, it's just a blank spot.
That happened yesterday with Juju, I think, in your chat. I never saw her icon.
That might be a thing.
Maybe they don't choose one.
But you just get the letter of the first letter of your name, like banned by creator and Heidi have, like the H and the B. If you don't select one, that's your default. You get the blue circle with your letter in it until you select your own icon, like we did. I like your icon. That's Divinity doing the pretty smiles. My bad. No, that's the internet, the DARPA. That's the internet. The Facebook was developed by the Zucker turd.
I'm almost done. Okay, I gotta go. The dog needs out. The family is home.
The life of Divinity resumes into reality of
What
world.
time is it? It's only 8:41 on a Thursday, so
Yeah.
that worked out. Thanks for hanging out with us, chat. I will be
Yeah,
over in
chat.
Bullfrog's chat. The link is somewhere up there.
Yeah, she put
And
the link up there somewhere.
eventually we're gonna talk about two things. One, Project Bluebeam, and two,
Ooh.
I'll have to replay the show back to find out what the other thing was because I already forgot. Oh, the Satanist
Yeah,
guy.
the Satanist guy, yeah.
So
And that
if
might
those things
explain.
if those things are trash, then you need to write into the comments about what would be a better thing to talk about because that's all I got at the moment.
Oh, Heidi sees a whale icon next to TFN network, so oh, look at that.
TFN
That's
network is
love.
hey, thank you, PB, and high five right back at you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm not sharing my screen, but I can.
Super dope PB in the
Yeah.
house.
Thanks for
With
hanging out with us. It's always fun having some of the good
$5 rumbly rant.
old school peoples in chat.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you alerting Cool Frog to the Rumble Creator Program or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, because Divinity gonna enter it.
Because I
She gonna take she
I did
gonna
enter
let
it.
you do all the work for him, and she gonna take all the credit. Law 7 at 48 laws of power.
Wait, all the work for who?
Get others to do the work for you, but you take all the
Yeah,
credit. She
my
did all the
friend.
work
Yeah.
for Cool Frog, and you're gonna take all the credit.
Yes, PB did all the work, and I'm
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it actually, honestly, it's the easiest thing to sign up for. If you have a channel with 50 subs, you really need to do it. The selections
I
are
have
to be announced
30.
tomorrow. So in the email, or in the rules, it said the program starts when they notify you you're selected. I'm like, oh shit. When I noticed that, I think I saw it today. I was like, I better go check my emails. What if it started yesterday and I've already failed? That seems to be a rumor. I have nothing official. Yeah, they didn't say, it seemed like they didn't say anything was official for when, but that as soon, maybe they'll just select 50, and once they have their 50, then it's done and it starts when it starts. I don't know. But I do appreciate you. I can't even believe you found that. You're like some kind of Rumble savant.
I mean, that's why PBverse got her own icon.
Yes, that's why they did that. That makes sense, actually.
The Rumble legend.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow, it's Friday. I won't be here. Yes, I will. Well, tomorrow is Cool Frog's open mic night, so possibly I will stop in for that and practice my
That would
comedy routine.
be nice. Oh, by the way, Melissa Jane was playing a game on stream,
Mhm.
and it was called Words on Stream. I don't know if you've ever heard of this,
Mm?
but it looked right up your alley, knowing
Hmm.
how you is about word games. So I don't know if it's Rumble compatible or not. That's the only problem, but we might have to play this game on YouTube
I'll have to look
at some
into it.
point.
I usually
Yeah.
can't really play, but if it's a website game, then I probably
No,
can. That'd be
it's chat bound, so you literally play it by typing answers in the chat, like. But yeah, it's
Oh, it's
website
like a
based.
trivia thing.
Yeah, it's like the trivia thing on Experts, only it's a word game.
Cool. This will
Yeah,
be a
if it
lot of
works,
fun.
yeah, if that worked on Rumble, that would be super dope. But it looks like it's Twitch, YouTube, and what's the third one on there?
Party mode?
I don't know about party mode. What
Um,
that's available for?
so you can't wait, you can only do this on those two? But if I
Twitch.
simul stream, will
Yeah,
I
we
should be
could
able to
play.
do it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we could play it on YouTube and
Be streaming to Rumble the same stream.
stream it. Yeah, on Rumble for sure.
Is that
And then when
true? It's too easy.
I think so.
But this is a good idea to do if I were to ever do a 24-hour stream. Because
Yeah, I
I'm
was
gonna need
playing
a
it
lot
with
of
Memento
time.
Mori over there. I jumped into the game for a little bit, and I was like, "Damn, if Div was here, this would be the best because Div is great at these kind of games." Like I've played word games with you before. You're vocabulous. Yeah, quite vocabulous.
I believe the latency is 10 seconds or so. Oh, the only issue is delay between video and chat.
Oh,
You're
so
looking to have it be
does work?
time.
It does work on here?
Oh, that's the thing. PB said there are 3 levels to the whale badge.
Yeah, there's the
There
gray
could be a
one,
whole
the yellow one, and the blue one. She got the
Mhm.
plus. That's the blue one. She's a
Mhm.
mega whale. You got the gold one. You're the middle tier whale. And I've seen
Mhm.
somebody else done had the gray one. Oh yeah, TFN Network got the gray one. A couple other people got the gray one. I don't know what the difference in the
There's already a
levels
video
is.
on this. We're 6 months late.
Oh,
Supporter plus, premium member. She's a premium member too, I think. That's what the
premium user, yeah,
lightning.
the lightning bolt.
Yeah. I played it for 5 hours over there. Wow. Sounds fun. I want to do the trivia one where the chat can guess in trivia.
Yeah, but we have to write all the trivia questions to do that.
Yeah, that's not that hard, is it?
You know, I mean, I guess probably not.
Not the first couple.
I'm pretty sure we could come up with some good trivia questions.
PB said $1 through $99 is the gray background. We're gonna learn about the whales and then we'll take off. 100 to 999 is the yellow background, like this.
And apparently, if you'd be
1,000
dropping
plus blue background.
Yeah.
It's
you'd be
cumulative.
Yeah.
My puppy, I think, wants to come in. Isn't it cumulative? It's got to be cumulative.
It is.
Which I think is super cool. I like having little rewards and little like perks, like in real time perks. Like for $1 more, I'm going to change my will to blue. I'm not $1 away. I'm just saying once I get there, I will be. But
it should be specific to the channel support,
anymore.
not all support. Yeah, that's
really. I don't think so.
It's not.
I like that it shows like, hey, I support this platform. I might not have supported you, but this is not.
But I mean I think that's what the premium user should indicate. Whereas the whale thing is basically you're supporting individual channels. So I think I agree with PB that it should be based channel by channel. Like I've shown a lot of support to this channel specifically. I've got a blue whale here, but maybe over at Darth Hideous's I have no whale because fuck Darth Hideous, don't give him any money. I mean, that seems reasonable. That way, people will know
Mhm.
if people support you specifically just by looking at your chat. Like, oh, a lot of people have whales here. Like, clearly, this is something that people support. Like, it'd be good.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like having a check mark or not, where you're like, are they a bot? And you're like, no, look, they've got a whale. They've interacted with this site in some way.
Yeah.
If somebody shows up here and they start bitching about everything and they don't even have a whale, I'm like, well,
Yeah. I
do you even
mean,
care?
do you even pay me?
Go here. Not pay me. Anyone ever $1,
Yeah.
right?
Do you
Just
even?
say $1
Yeah.
to 99. $1 and you got yourself a whale.
Oh,
Oh,
look! Now you got a monthly
whoa, look.
supporter.
She got a
She got a.
chess
Is that a
piece.
castle? Yeah. That looks like a rook. She got
Dope.
rook.
Hey, thank you. Can I show that? Is it showing on the screen?
It's not, but you should
Um,
share it.
share screen. Not that. Not that. Chat. Share.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
subscribers pay for. I
Thank
mean,
you. That's really cool. So
yeah,
that's
that
how
is
you know
pretty
that they
cool.
support your channel. So there's
Specifically, I guess.
platform, multiple users, and this user.
All right.
100 subscribers is $5. Long-term you want subscribers. 100 subscribers is $500 a month?
Yep.
I have 3 other subscribers. I have 4 subscribers now.
So now you're getting $20 a month.
How much does it cost to be a premium member? Is it monthly or is it yearly for the Rumble premium? I'm about to never have ads again. It's over. I'll never know what's going on in the world ever again. I won't know
I
about
mean,
new
most of
products,
the
new
shit,
books,
most of the shit you watch on
movies.
Rumble though, you pull from
See,
YouTube, and that's not gonna help you.
oh, that's true. But YouTube, I already have. So Rumble's already paid. Well, they haven't actually paid me yet, but there's a button I could say cash out,
Yeah.
and they will give me that $100, and then I could use that because that's PayPal to pay for my YouTube premium, so I never have to have ads. I really don't mind the ads, except for when they're in the middle of a show. I'm like, damn it. Beginning and end, I even almost want to watch them for you, but right in the middle, I just want to pull my hair out. It's fucked.
I mean, I just want you to get Brave browser so the ads don't bother you.
I know. That's just so everybody's doing it. I'm not doing what everybody's doing. I don't.
I mean, I've had Brave browser for like 4 years.
Mostly to see ads. See, sometimes you want to know what's going on in the world. I
No,
don't
you
mind
don't.
seeing ads. Yes, you do. You would never know what new movies are coming out without ads.
Who watches movies? Do you?
Yeah, I just watched the Barbie movie. Heidi said, "Oh, I know now, P Beaver. I hope you go to Cool Frog show sometime. You're fun and you know stuff."
Yeah,
PB
P
is actually
Beavers.
from Cool
That's
Frog
where we
show.
met. That's where we
Mhm,
met P Beaver. Is over at Cool Frog.
mhm. Back in the day, she literally we would all be over on YouTube, flapping our
Yep.
fingers, and she would
And
be
she'd be
over
the
on.
only one here supporting Frog and the.
And then I got
in the Rumble
banned, and I
Frog.
was like, "You know what? Fuck YouTube." And I
I'm going to
started
hang
going like
out.
I went over and I hung out with PB for like a couple weeks, and then eventually I would be in YouTube, and I'm like, "This kind of sucks." Like I've never met anyone as she's principled, she's straightforward, she's controversial, she's unapologetic. It's such a refreshing human being to be around. I would miss her. I'm like, I want to go hang out in Rumble with her because even though I don't know much about her personally or any. I don't even know where she lives. She like gnaws logs somewhere in Alaska, probably.
You want
I
to hear
like
a
her.
really cool P Beaver story? I was going through some of my old YouTube mirrors, and I realized that somebody had commented on one of my streams on Rumble. So I went and looked, and it was the night that I got into it with my entire chat and my panel. And P Beeves wrote all of y'all a very scathing rebuke in my comment section. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that this was written here. But yeah, it's like I think it's the Dark Side of the Moon episode 8. Like, yeah, there's a very long comment in there, and she basically told y'all like. And you was one of them people that got to telling.
I'm not surprised. But like I said, I feel like she's unapologetic,
I
that she
yeah, I
uses
just thought it was
reason
super
and logic
dope
to come
because
to her conclusions, so she doesn't
hmm
I don't know, yeah.
yeah,
I have been known to rant.
I am, and she even said in her rant, she was like, I don't really even like Darth Hideous, like flat out. But y'all was some assholes. I was like, oh, that's sweet, and I don't really like Darth Hideous kind of way, which I can't say I blame anyone for. I am a very acquired taste. I agree with that statement that she never visits her kid anymore because he and his audience are Nimrods.
Same with us.
We totally agree.
Yeah. Even the streams I support freedom, even the streams I enjoy less than others.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we all pro freedom around here.
I'd love to listen to you in Divinity. PB, do you ever go on panel? Do you ever feel like you want to just tell the world some shit?
Frog done tried to bait PB with this exact same argument
Oh,
earlier, and it did not work. And I
okay.
was like, yeah, Frog, if you're gonna go on with somebody, you're gonna go on with someone like Div, someone who actually understands words, the English language.
I mean, I think
But I
PB's
think
seen me fumble around more than most. Unobjectively with no bias. Words is hard. But
they is.
a lot of people would just prefer to be the audience. I've actually
Yeah,
said that's the audience and the audience needs to be the audience. And some people take that offensively. And I'm like, what? I love being part of chat.
I thought for the longest time I was just part of the audience. Well, for the longest time, I was just part of the audience. Like I did not have any interest in being on live stream. There were a couple of panels that I watched that I was like, yeah, I wish I could get up there and say something because you guys are just really wrong about this. It turns out I really do like to talk way too damn much, and once I became a part of the stream, it's like, ah, now I can't see myself going back and being part of the audience again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's definitely time and place, but
Yeah,
there is a distinction. That's why when Frog was saying he had somebody that was going to go on as locals, I'm like, well, who is it? And he's like, well, they were in chat, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, but who is that?
enter
And
required.
the
Yeah,
answer is just someone in chat. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
well, that could be interesting. I'm not
I'm
like
not knocking it,
not
but
knocking it, but to
why are
me,
you
I'm like,
doing this?
I don't see the point.
What is what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish with this
Yeah.
endeavor? Just talk to somebody on locals where you're not likely to be heard by too damn many people because, well, people still aren't subscribing to your locals, Frog. You're not selling it. Sorry to tell you. Like, I don't
You
want
do.
to be a dick about it, but like that's not my goal. But
Well, more of his conversations with Cool Frog will be over there, so eventually
yeah,
maybe it'll work out. I don't know about
I
locals.
mean, if
He said
if he starts having good conversations with Cool Frog about stuff, like
PB said, while my opinions are always correct, I support those who disagree with me with invalid opinions.
fair enough.
That's how I feel.
Me too. Like
And
I can't argue with that. Like
yeah,
that's good
yeah.
logic.
I do not stream or play games. I have considered actual chat, just never felt right to me. And noting husband had no longer streams. He would be one that I would enjoy having a conversation with.
Yeah,
Annoying
and
husband.
annoying. Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't consider having a conversation with the dear sweet Divinity 143? She's a lot of fun.
We don't have. I don't have. Listen, don't put her on the spot. I don't have topics that like are consistent. I mean, I
You
will speak
just
about everything, but it.
your consistency is everything. Like I talk about whatever's interesting to me in the moment. That's my
When
topic.
I do something, I do try to like find some kind of source for it, which usually leads me back to some type of legal document. And so I do find myself
Hmm
even today reading an opinion from a court where it's
hmm
like, well, I know this is boring. A lot of people find this boring, but it sometimes you have to like do boring to know facts. And
It's
so
something to anchor the show to a purpose.
yeah. Okay, dudes, we really are leaving after saying that we were gonna do that for an hour.
Yeah, we lie. We like hanging out with y'all, and we like hanging out with each other. So I mean, we lie. It happens.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you again for the Rumble rant,
Yeah,
and
guys.
we'll
Thanks,
see you next time.
everybody.